What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? I am your host, as always, Cyrus the Looney. Joining me in the commentary booth for Primetime 77, this historic card, is the one and only J Dime, and the hero, the champion in himself, Mr. Humbledink. How are you doing, lads?
In myself. Cyrus, it is Primetime 77, J Dime. We are ready. Smudger versus I Am the Goat. This is a classic fight. This card, J Dime, is banging throughout the entire card. It's full of absolute killers.
Yeah, you were right. It's a lot of killers. We got Smudger versus I Am the Goat. He's facing another one of those. No, never mind. He faced Hoo last time. Did he go against NBK guy last time?
No, TT Hoo is.
No, he went TT Hoo. Yeah, but yeah. Well, he reminded me of Hoo because I'm the Goat is really confident in winning. He's been talking all this trash. Smudger can't mess with him. Smudger, you know what I'm saying? He's next up. Those are his words.
Yeah, exactly that, Cyrus. And as he's saying, you know, who had that confidence before? And so many other people. But Smudger's put them down time and time again, Cyrus.
Look, he is 8-0 right now. He doesn't just have his, you know, when you get to kind of where Smudger is right now, obviously he's had the championship for a little while. He's defended since the opening bell of the Grand Prix, currently running 8-0. He's trying to set his eyes on higher targets. He's trying to go after the legacy. He's trying to set records that cannot be beaten. Right now, currently trying to go after the Trixie record and get his own emote, put himself as the, you know, on that throne, so to speak. But we cannot, by any stretch, count out NBK I Am the Goat. That guy has come to this as a whole, like I said, with that next mentality, with the mentality you need, you guys, with, you know, pure confidence in his abilities to get the fight done. He has shown us in the most recent fight, especially there, Humble, his ability to grapple is very, very, very much up there and causes a problem to anybody. Now, of course, Smudger, being the well-rounded champion he is, believes that he has all of the answers to push back another challenger, but NBK the GOAT, he believes in himself, and he's about to prove to us right now whether or not he is really the GOAT.
Yeah, definitely that. And if you're looking at someone like NM Smudger and how he's won 8 defenses with this belt, it's mainly striking, J Dime. And if you're looking at NBK I Am the Goat, he had a dominant performance over Dino Gamer last week, where he out-grappled him, took him down countless times, and he really came into himself and, you know, into his own, and did really well.
Yeah, and I think that the grappling that I'm the Goat showed last week could potentially be troubling for Smudger, because at this point in Smudger's career, he's almost seen it all. He's seen every type of style. Maybe I'm the Goat grappling could give him some trouble, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's been going after everything from the picks that he's gone for and the like. But as you see, that main event is honestly phenomenal. Cannot wait to see it. But the entire card, top to bottom, you're Humble. We did the matchmaking in the background this week, and we were hyped as we were going through it. There is Killer's Row from start to the very, very end. TT Hoo, former challenger, to the champion, up against NM Liam in the co-main event. Another PlayStation high-level matchup that, you know, between two guys that often bring it in the striking realm as well. So I expect fireworks from that one. But Naz Blackout, quite honestly, I could go on for the entire thing, my man. Is there any fights that particularly stand out to you, though, in this very, very deep card that we have running tonight?
Well, if we're going to talk about what you haven't already mentioned, we're going to talk about Storm versus Cole. Recent addition to the card. Storm beating me yesterday and taking me down countless times, and, you know, really doing well with his ground and pound. He really showing off his ground game. Then he's fighting ST Cole, a former teammate of his, J Dime. So there's got to be some, you know, some animosity there slightly if being former teammates.
Yeah. So Cole is the one who left STK, or is it Storm?
I believe it was Storm. I believe it was Cole that left STK. STK's Reaper's camp and Cole left Reaper's camp. I believe that's 100% correct.
Yeah, that's right here.
That's crazy. That should be a great match, because as former teammates, they know each other's style. And I want to hear the backstory. I want to hear what prompted him to leave. Is there any beef behind this fight? Like, I got to know all that, Humble.
Exactly that. And, you know, there's a lot of fights that are going to be fantastic tonight. I think we were saying, Cyrus, there's only one person on this card that's not in the top 50 that isn't making a debut. So that tells you the type of caliber that you've got on this card tonight. I think we might be ready for our first fight of this evening, Cyrus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first fight of this evening is an old veteran that's coming back into the season. He's currently 0-0. ICB Dragon going up against Amagustavo. Amagustavo is also relatively new to the scene. We've seen him fight a couple of times towards the end of last season. I know that you remembered his name much like I did there, out there, Humble. But these guys, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, they bring the heat each and every time. I've never seen them come to the octagon and not throw those hands. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, I'm a Gustavo, J-Dime. I'm going to say it early. You know, this man, he comes with some finesse, and I know we enjoyed him last season, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets off to his first fight of this evening, essentially, against another debut fighter.
Yeah, and he has top 3 names I've ever heard. Like, that's a swaggy name. I'm a Gustavo. That's a great name, Cyrus.
Sorry, I'm muted. My apologies. No, it genuinely is, bro. And I actually think that he's from Wales as well, so he's a homeland native of my own. Yeah, I'm Gustavo. I spoke to him in the Discord. I might be getting him confused. There's another guy that's got a very similar name, but I'm pretty sure it's Am Gustavo. He's he's from that place that I can't pronounce, bro. The really long place, you know.
That I can't pronounce.
I'm a Gustavo. I'm a Gustavo is going to come in though in this fight, and he's going to try and knock his head off J-Dime, and it's going to be a tough fight because his opponent is also a fantastic striker.
Yeah, and I can't see who's picking Dan Hooker and who's picking Jorge.
So the Jorge Masvidal is going to be ICB Dragon. Amagustavo is Flame Strike. I do believe.
Oh, he said he's Swedish. That's what he said. He's Swedish. Cyrus.
Okay, I got the wrong guy. Amagustavo. That is. My bad.
Oh, he broke me. Gustavo is Swedish. I wouldn't expect Swedish either. That's crazy. He's a Swedish fighter. He's coming from the homeland of Gustafsson. J-Dime, you know, Viking land essentially. So he's gonna be wearing that flag on his back. He's going Dan Hooker today. He's gonna be fighting George Masvidal as well. Interesting pick because George Masvidal is tough to beat on this game, especially at this weight class.
Yeah. With that boxing, he's tough to deal with. But if I'm Dan Hooker, I have to fight discipline and keep it on the outside and use them teeps by any means. Do not get into a brawl. Do not get in a pocket with Jorge Masvidal, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure. And just to go, I say this about Lepo a bunch, right? Teammates, of course, ICB Dragon, formerly known as Crazy Dragon. This guy was also part of that camp that I allude to a bunch, Technical Pressure, TP, who just put the pressure on each and every time. They really do like to work that forward pressure game and the boxing to catch their opponents off. So utilizing those kicks could offset that rhythm there, Humble, and give Flame Strike a little bit of an opening start. He went to it instantly.
Yeah, it was a nice start from him. A really nice little push kick right there, knocking him off balance. And interesting use that. A lot of people do that against people who are throwing those round kicks, J-Dime. You time a nice teep to the body, nice time push kick, and you can kind of get a good bit of clinch there as well when they get back up off the floor.
Yeah, but this is interesting. Seeing Dan Hooker wrestle like this, that's interesting. Maybe City Kickboxing have been working on their grappling, Cyrus.
Maybe so, bro. Maybe so. He's doing really good right now. Gets a couple of denials off. So does Dragon. Actually, there's a lot of similarities between Dragon and Lepo, to be honest with you. He was also formerly a grappler as well. That's where he started on this game, is being very, very active on the mat, going after takedowns. You see him work a couple of, feints right there, tries to take the back, doesn't get it, but he's active down here, Humble. I'm telling you, this guy is a threat on the mat.
Be interested to see if he gets a good top position. At the moment, he's got his back. Kind of if you know how to defend well, it can be a good neutral position because you can't land too much damage, but it is Dan Hooker the first to move, and it's a dangerous position right now, J-Dime, because one fight is going to be testing the knowledge of the other on the ground.
Yeah, but Flame Strike, if he denies enough, he can use that and try to drain some stamina. But now he's in a bad position where...
Oh, this is terrible.
Where Jorge has him back flat, Cyrus.
Oh, he's going for the rear naked, and this is so strong.
It is. This is going to be a great... Great opportunity for him to end the show right here. He's tracking reasonably well. He's going to throw a couple of strikes to help that
it's over.
bar.
It is over, I'm telling you now. There is no... He's going to get out.
He's getting out. He's about to get out.
Oh my God. I'm Gustavo every single time. I thought he was done there, Cyrus. That's such a strong submission. I thought he was about to have it, and they were neck and neck for a good period of time.
Yeah, for sure, man. And, I mean, it goes to show, as I mentioned, the dangerous kind of nature of ICB Dragon, whether it be on the feet or on the mat. I have to say, though, Gustavo doing a great job of defending himself so far, but maybe a bit of frustration settling in here, Jay.
Yeah, but if I'm Dan Hooker, I got to protect myself. This round, I'm going to say this round is over, but I'm going to get some denies, try to drain his stamina, because right now I'm in a compromised position right now.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. And Masvidal is risk-free right now, Cyrus. There's not much that can happen to him. You know, he's not taking much damage. He's getting good ground and pound off. He's had a good submission attempt, and he can kind of move quite well on the top positions without much threat of Dan Hooker off his back.
Yeah, for sure. This is really good work, Jay. Gets a little cut in there and starts to accumulate a nice section of damage on that head health. I mean, tale of two halves, right? Dan Hooker starting out very, very strong, gets a takedown, lands a couple of shots on the feet, but when he got reversed, Dragon just stepped it up, man. He did a lot of work with his top control.
You're 100% correct too, and I've never seen Jorge grapple like this. Here's the thing, you know how he's been getting grappled lately? He took that to heart. He don't ever want to be in that position ever again, Humble. All-American
Masvidal right there as he comes through. You know, that Trader McCorby must have helped, but I'm liking the start from Gustavo. Really nice for these straight attacks. He's got a lot of stamina, so he knows. Can't take too many of them, though, Cyrus.
Lucky he had his hands up for sure, man. Yeah, Gustavo seems real good on the feet. Jesus, what a duck, what a counter. Now the tides have been turned here, Jay Diamond. Momentum purely in Dan Hooker's favor.
Yeah, this is a game of momentum, and he got the stun he needs. And I feel like Jorge is going to start fighting faster because he wants it back in blood. Because if he don't drop him, he probably lost this round, Humble.
Yeah, that was a big moment right there. He's going to have to get it back and swear the tie something. Otherwise, they're going to go into that third round possible. Probably 1-1, J-Dime.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 1-1. But I like how Dan Hooker's fighting at his pace.
Oh my God.
Oh, never mind. I got to be quiet.
He gets it back, brother. There was a lot of time left in that round. Still 3 minutes to go. Rocks on both sides. And the action only continues to heat up here, Humble.
Yeah, someone's mocking the Dragon right now as he goes down and he tries to take him out. He's got him against that fence, and the killer shot might be coming. He's already landed some big shots so far, J-Dime. He is looking for the kill shot, and here it is.
Man, he turned this around. From the start of this round to now, it's a completely different fight. And it looks like Dan has to survive right now.
Yeah, he is pressed up against that cage. ICB Dragon working the body and the health. And my God, he's not making many wrong movements here, Humble. The pressure's unreal. Quite obviously, Dan Hooker's feeling a little claustrophobic as he catches that kick.
I've got to give it up to Gustavo because he's stuck in this fight, and even going through some hellacious combinations and really unpredictable styles, essentially from his opponent. He's really done a good job of staying in the fight, and he's landed some big moments in this fight round so far as well, J-Dime. I'm still stuck on how this match just turned around like that. At the beginning of the match to now, it's a completely different match. Jorge started dominating towards the end of this round.
Still a minute left on the mark.
It's over.
Oh, he survives.
Bro, this guy's head movement, his timing, Humble, it's on something else, man. He is present in that cage, dialed in, doesn't quite cut.
What's the game plan here? What is the game plan? Because if you're Dragon, you've been so dominant on the ground, you've been so dominant in the grappling, but when it's been on the feet, even though being dominant, the bigger moments, the bigger opportunities, and the big strikes in this round have come to Gustavo, essentially, J-Dime.
I really got to see the stats after this. I got to see how this round is, because this was a crazy round.
It was. What was it? 2 stuns for Hooker, 1 for Masvidal. Oh, no, 2 for Masvidal as well. I don't know, bro. It was Look
Two
at that.
knockdowns.
Woo! That's actually still Dragon's round. If you saw
think?
that, yeah, there's 3 knockdowns. I think it said.
Thought it was one knockdown, 1 stun, and I think it was 2-2. This is I don't know. Whoever wins in this round, they need to do it in this round to get them extra points, Cyrus. They need to go for it.
Look at the way they're going, bro. They ain't going for decisions. No judges needed in this one.
The front kick. The Dragon's coming for a beautiful switch kick to the body. J Dime presses back. Last stamina becoming an issue sometimes for him.
Yeah, this is not going decision. I'm willing to bet anything this doesn't go to a decision, Cyrus.
Yeah, bro. I'm betting my house, your house, everything.
Oh.
It is almost but a certainty they continue to try and turn up the heat, find that finishing sequence, exchanging on shots in some dangerous positions, and Hooker sat down again, humble.
Dragon's going for it right now. He's hurt his opponent really bad. He's got him against that fence. Again, trying to finish down Gustavo, but J Dami's still in there. He's still trying to give himself a shot at this fight.
It's not over. This is far from over. It looks bad for Dan at times because the power and his head health is lower, but it's not over. Dan's a live dog.
My, that is something else.
Now it's actually over.
Enter the Dragon. He puts Gustavo's lights out in the 3rd round, and what a first fight we've had this evening, boys.
Yeah, that is honestly what we expected, right? When we were making these matchups, these two guys knew exactly what they brought to the table. They have kicked off Primetime 77 in style. Back and forth action, Jay. Multiple opportunities for finishes across the board. The heart was on show, the striking was on show, and even the defense. It was a complete showing of mixed martial arts, and I think both guys should hold their head high after that one.
That was such a great fight, and that's how I know the rest of this card is going to be good, because we just started that with a bang, fellas.
We started that with a bang, and Gustavo looked the best he's ever looked, Cyrus. Gustavo looked incredible. Gustavo had good grappling. He did well absolutely everywhere, but Dragon is that damn good.
Yeah, bro, trust. The one thing that Dragon will take from this fight is do not throw those spinning heel kicks to the head anymore, because he did get checked on those a few times. But once again, that just showed the presence of mind of Gustavo, his ability to dial in and be gritty to the very, very end. So credit where credit is due. Those guys very, very much kicking off this card with some style. The next one, my man, is actually over on the PlayStation side of the equation. We have the one and only, the fabled Meeseeks at this stage, up against NBK's Vinny. I believe this is Vinny's debut to the promotion, but the NBK boys, they've been doing great work around the scene, and within Primetime, in and of itself, as we see his teammate challenging for a championship on this in this division later on this evening, I am intrigued to see what Vinny brings to the table. I'm not overly familiar with him, obviously, due to him debuting. I don't know if you guys have ever come across him, but I expect pretty big things.
Well, that was it, wasn't it, with J Dan? We were looking at this. We were looking at the matchups this week and the debuts, and unfortunately, Cyrus, Primetime is so stacked at the moment with the talent that's in the top 50 constantly competing each week that it's hard for us to get a lot of debuts in.
Yeah.
But we could do that. We do that on the internet, but we got a few of these guys in, and this is one of the guys we chose because of the name, because of the amount that people have been putting in, and he deserves it. And we'll see tonight if he's got, the same level of skill as of the other guys have got.
Yeah, for sure. Did I just see a Marino be Biggie fight?
Oh yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. On the flyweight, we made the decision. Obviously, we've done it a few times, I believe, as well.
Yeah,
there's not enough fighters that are in the 4-star category. So we open the flyweight's the only weight class that we go right. You can pick whoever and ban your first fighter. So that's the exception. So we get a nice little treat because we don't see many of these fights, to be honest.
No, for sure, man. I thought I'd highlight it for a second, right? It catches you off guard. This is the only weight class where that rule does not apply. They're starting out very, very quickly. The work to the body from Meeseeks already is pretty good, but you can see Vinny trying to recognize that and go for lead uppers, trying to interrupt that momentum.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing Vinny's debut just because those NBK guys have slowly been starting to take over the esporting scene. We've seen a lot of them as of late, so I gotta see his first impression, Humble.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I'm liking his range management. He's picking 2-shot combinations instead of 3 or 4, so he's not kind of overwasting his stamina, and he's able to control the second shot because he knows it's like almost set up with the first. And he's mixing up now and then with the singles as well, but mainly hasn't took a step backwards, Cyrus.
No, he hasn't. I think it's a good option to wear down the block of Figueiredo and also to obviously attack the stamina, but Figueiredo is doing a really good job of checking with that lead hook, stepping just out of range, answering back with some teeps to the body and the like. Although it's very, very close. Yeah, I know it's very, very close, Jay, at this stage. It's still very early, of course.
Yeah, but I think the difference is if they start fighting in the pocket, Figgy's block is like 84 on this game.
Yeah.
And you got to rely on head movement and footwork a little more. But he is piecing them up a little bit, Humble.
Yeah, he only needs a few.
Yeah.
He needs a moment. You got to be careful with Figueiredo because you can be winning 4 minutes and 50 seconds of the round against him, and then your lights are out. You know, he's one of those characters like a Robert Whittaker, like a Conor McGregor. He's got that speed, especially at this weight class. I think it's 98 or 96, I believe it is, but it is a phenomenal stat.
Oh, Jesus, he is utilizing that. Oh my
Look at the
God.
damage. Look at the damage.
Yeah. Oh, he's been piecing his body up. In the first round already, his body is gone.
That fight's been changed in a minute right there. That fight looked...
A second.
Vinny looked great. Vinny looked fantastic. And then the fight just changes. Meeseeks just changed the fight.
My God, man, that was actually beautiful work as well. Everything he was doing was picture perfect. The straight into the lead body hook, the duck of the head kick. He just looked zoned in, maybe Neo in the Matrix or so it would seem. See if he can stay tuned into that as we continue, because Vinny trying to answer back here, Humble.
Yeah, he needed that. He needs some more of that as well. What he's doing is essentially, when he was hurt, he was still trying to fight instead of kind of hold, kind of get away. You know, Jadan, use your angles, move. He started to fight, and then he was getting caught with no stamina, and that's where the big damage comes from. If someone hurts your body and doesn't even knock you down, just hurts it, and then does it again, your body stamina drops, especially when it's your stamina bars go incredibly low.
It's factual, and them body shots are starting to take a toll. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and look where his stamina is. His stamina is at the Z on Vinny Sparks already, and it's the second round.
It honestly, that is that is a crazy pace for this round. We don't often see this weight class, but Jesus, man, it's quite fun. The speed that they move at out here, Humble, the ability for them to get in and out of range, try to work different kind of techniques, is pretty impressive. Not gonna lie, Vinny's not in a great spot kicking out this second round though with that stamina.
No, he's not, and he's gonna have to. It's all or nothing in the early. It's all or nothing. It's early. Jay, you know this. He's got to go out there and he's got to put a shot everything on everything in the kitchen sink. Oh, you can try and hold him for a full round.
Yeah, maybe he needed that because I'm tired of watching Vinny get his body kicked and his body punched because all that stuff just wears on you, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, I think that even though he's at a stamina deficit, this could be a very smart move. Unfortunately, he was a little bit, kind of predictable for Meeseeks' money on the ground and pound, and as a result, he was able to easily work his way back to the feet. But this right now, for my money, it feels like Meeseeks is settling into that driving seat, and maybe as a confidence-based, he's a confidence-based fighter, you're Humble, because he just looks as clean as he ever has. I really don't see anything coming here, too many openings to counter him.
Yeah, he's starting to catch him at will, but I like what I've seen there, a bit of a switch up in the game plan. The problem is he needs to put him in a stamina deficit somehow, or he's going to have to land a lot of serious damage, because the real damage in this round and the previous rounders came from Meeseeks, J Diamond. It looks like it's going to continue going forward as well.
Yeah, but this is a good change of pace, like you said, because he was getting pieced up on the feet and his stamina wasn't going to hold up. So now he's in a dominant position. Maybe he can get some ground and pound going, potentially hurt him from here, Cyrus.
Yeah, hopefully, if he's able to, for his sake, if he gets some more denials like that, and he is able to get a slice across into top mount or side control, of course, there's going to be a lot of openings to either advance position, get submissions, or continue to rain down ground and pound. This sort of GA building, though, is beautiful out here, Humble, and that's going to allow him, even with the stamina deficit, to try to move forward a little bit more easily.
Yeah, but I still think that the majority of this round has been won by Figueiredo. The start of that round was quite strong from him, and you've got to think, if you're Brandon Moreno at the moment, if I lose this round, I potentially might be 2 down. So he's got to do something a bit bigger. He's got to make a bit more of an impact, in my opinion. He's got to kind of seal out this round that it was his, J-Dime.
Yeah, he has to put his stamp on this round. It's one thing to lay on somebody and dominate the position, but you have to land some damage. That counts more than anything, Humble.
Yeah, you're right, and he's doing damage, but like I said, the big question, Cyrus, is it enough to win this round? If he doesn't win this round, potentially, he needs a knockout. And has he got enough stamina for a knockout? Has he got enough in the gas tank for a finish?
Well, in all honesty, right, I don't know, maybe after this flurry it changes. That's some good damage right there, but he has done a great job over the course of this round to actually equalize out the stamina deficit
that's a
he's
good
had.
point.
And we will have to see the recovery in between rounds, of course, but Figueiredo, I don't believe, has nearly as much of a recovery as Brendan Moreno. So I think that we're actually going to see a much more even positioning for this third round, and if he continues to press forward and looks for the finish, you never know, there might be one available out here, Jay, because as you mentioned earlier, the block of Figueiredo isn't fantastic.
Yeah, so how are we scoring this? Is it 1-1?
I'm not sure. See, you made me question myself now.
Never mind.
That may not matter.
He needs to win now. He needs a knockout now.
Now he needs a knockout, no matter what it is. Oh no, he looked like
was played.
That elbow, that lead elbow, has been sneaky all night, man. He keeps finding a home for it as well.
Man, Vinny needs something. He needs something right now. And,
Oh my.
Oh, he just got robbed. He just got robbed.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Oh.
If he threw something, you can see glimpses of Vinny might be able to get back, and he's starting to get the
Oh,
what was he doing? That was giving us that attack.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon may need a gun.
Finish it.
It's not over. Brandon, it is not over. Bite down on your mouthpiece. It is not over.
Imagine he gets him. That'd be crazy. I think that it's a bit too much, as Figueiredo is going to go for the finish again. 3 minutes left. This is what we like, the phone booth fighting, as you were talking about earlier on.
Oh my god, bro. He hit so hard, and Moreno's compromised to holy hell right now.
Oh. No, he's got nothing left. Moreno!
Oh, wait, he may have had something.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he has nothing left, guys.
This is savagery,
He's
man.
dead.
I was going to say,
he's
throw
dead.
in the towel, Jay. That was getting brutal at that stage.
Yeah, so after that first knockdown, I knew, oh golly, my jaw hurt now because of that. I knew it was over, but I was just saying, Brandon Moreno, bite down on your mouthpiece. But in reality, he needed a gun because he was getting ran through in that third round, fellas.
Well, as one of the pillars in the community out there, Luke Saville says in the chat, that was a war, Humble. That was a goddamn war. Back and forth, but what a third round from V6, jeez.
I'd be so angry if I was him. That head kick went over the top. He landed a clean hook, and nothing happened. It didn't take any of his help. It was absolutely shocking. No, honestly, it was an absolute war. And I think the better sort of round, the guy who had a bit more of an impressive performance, ends up taking the fight as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. B6 started that, as you see, 3 starts total fights. That's 6 knockdowns. There was moments for Vinny. There was definitely moments.
I want to see the score.
It's got to be 30-20. I was going to say
29.
Yeah. See, like, some of those rounds are multiple knockdowns, and if there was ever like 10-8 rounds, then that would probably.
He doesn't even have a 19-19.
Oh my god!
I told you, he needed to knock him out in that round.
He did what he had to do. There, he put the stamp on it.
That's crazy.
Well,
what a fight.
Well, I mean, the momentum tonight's card is set in a very, very quick Well, it's a very quick pace, bro. It's a very quick pace for sure. The early part of the prelims are actually coming to an end now. We have 3 early prelims. I know it doesn't say this on the graphic. It will do in future, but we have our early prelims, main card, co-main, and main card. So right now, this up next is the last fight of the early prelims, and that is Anime Expert up against Kante. Now, just to bring it, attention back to it, it's kind of what you said earlier there, Humble, is that with these cards, a lot of the time we don't have an opportunity to showcase or even test newer fighters to the leagues. 0-0 guys, of course, when you come into the league, you work through the uned side of things, get a couple of wins under your belt. However, it is nice to, of course, give those opportunities to maybe old members coming back and the like whenever possible, so splitting the card up into these sections. I think on these early prelims, I think this is where we may start to see the occasional debuters get ed to, really give people the opportunity to kick off their primetime run with some style.
Yeah, it's almost like the primetime contender series, though. You know what I mean? They're coming through on the pay-per-view time. Like, you get to debut, and it's debut on the pay-per-view. You know, that's not easy at all. So you've got to have a bit behind. You've got to have a bit of shenanigans, and you've got to have good guts to go out there as well and perform. And that's what Anime Expert's going to be wanting to do today. A lot of support from him in the chat. He's going to be taking on Kante, an absolute veteran, the most veteran of veteran that you can get in prime time. J-Time.
Yeah, but you know how you said that some people are debuting their debuts on a pay-per-view. Do you think that adds extra pressure and that may creep in their head, Humble?
Oh yeah. The first time, Cyrus, that you were ever competing in an esports league, what were you feeling when you were sat there loading up?
Quite honestly, the first time I ever did, it was actually in primetime, the old primetime, and I was running the show as well, and I was shitting myself, bro, because it was my first time ever doing. My first time ever doing a broadcast, my first time ever competing, on this game at least with some viewers. So it was, it can be stressful to say the least. These guys, I don't believe that these guys themselves are debuting. I think that these guys have been around. They fought some tough names. They're 3-3 and 4-4. If my eyes didn't deceive me going into this one. So these are the first guys, though. First fight.
You're right. These aren't even debuting. We set a whole game plan about debuting.
No, I was bringing it just saying that it's the. But yeah, these guys not. As you see though, Jared Cannonier and up against Derek Brunson. I think that these are polar opposite picks. It's going to really be down to Anime Expert to keep this fight on the feet because I can't imagine Derek's going to want to stay up here for too long because, as you see, his head health getting obliterated already.
Yeah. His head health is getting obliterated, and he hasn't moved his head. Oh, now he's going to move it. But he wasn't moving his head off the center line. Oh, he's not. He's not moving his head off the center line, Cyrus.
The only time it's getting moved is when that fist is connecting. God damn.
This is close. I'm about to say, no way. This match just started, fellas.
Did he do something to him outside? What happened right there? Why is he treating him like that? That is horrendous.
Insults were exchanged as they were standing across from each other in the cage. Quite clearly, Jared Cannonier got the wrong energy reading from Derek Brunson. Didn't like him. It's because it's not Blonde Brunson. That's what it is. Quite genuine.
Why did he do that? That's crazy.
Yeah, Blonde Brunson is a mythical character. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he said something about his mom. There's no way he's fighting him like this.
Yeah, this is like the power as well of Jared Cannonier going forward. It's 98, I think it is, and you can really hurt some people. But Anime gets took on his back. The real test is here, but manages to get a top position already.
Test.
You don't want the killer gorilla on top of you, and here he goes. He's going to try and take him out again, J-Dan.
Man, I'm scared of Jared Cannonier power because he looks like he's carved out of stone. So Derek Brunson has to get this to the ground at all costs, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, he does, but just for reasons just like that, my man. Overhands, hooks, and the like. Everything is so powerful in the hands of Anime Expert. Jared Cannonier, no joke in this weight class, Humble, as he continues to land devastating strikes.
Oh, my.
Oh, he's on the brink of life. Hey. Beep, beep, beep. He's about to go out.
Okay. Derek Brunson, listen, he's a seasoned vet. He's got his ass whooped before. He's been punched by some of the hardest punchers. So when he gets dropped, he knows how to survive, Humble.
I'm not sure about right now, though, because Cannonier is chasing him out the ring. He really needs to offer something back. That's the problem, Cyrus. He needs to offer something back. At the moment, the wrestling's not it. He needs to believe in his hands. He needs to believe in the bodywork. And he needs to try to get some respect from Cannonier.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, wow. This is... honestly, Kante, I've seen this guy compete a few times. It's a bit of an odd pick for him to go somebody like Derek Brunson. At least I've never seen him go down that route before. And he obviously wanted to come in here and grapple, right? He's just having no success with it so far. Anime experts seem so poised and in control, Jay, that, you know, I don't know, it's obviously intimidating to stand across from it and making him second guess those shots and the decisions he makes.
So listen to me.
Oh my God.
Derek Brunson, hold on. Derek Brunson and grew some balls. He done turned this around. Hey, the end of the round, he grew some balls. Let's go, Derek Brunson.
He let it go. Let it all go.
Oh
Someone
my
controller
God.
just died. Somebody controller died.
Oh, but he's running for the batteries right now. We don't know what's about to happen. When these two come back, he got his control? Looks like it's gone. He's got his controller back on. He's squeezing them. They're not quite working. And they could go off at any point as well, J-Dan. They could go off at any point. You could get slept.
Hey, if someone controller dies on me, I have no morals. I have no principles. I am knocking you out. I am not waiting for you. The offense does not wait for the defense, Cyrus.
Protect yourself at all times. Jared Cannonier sits down. Brunson, once again, my God. Every time this guy connects, Humble, his opponent feels it. There, I mean, everybody feels it, man. It reverbs through generations, it would seem.
He's punching through him. He's just absolutely. Oh, what nice head work there from Kante. But he's relentless. He's not wasting too much stamina. It's 2 shots, stop. 2 shots, stop.
Oh my God.
Beautiful work from Anime T. He's really experienced there, J-Dime. Really didn't let himself go. Kept his stamina incredibly high.
I know you said that was good head movement, but you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that he's punching so hard that the air hurt.
Oh, he's thinking.
Never mind. Hold on. Did he really come back?
Oh my God, he said get a gun, but not for me. And he's coming back, Cyrus.
I love it.
He said help the bear.
Bro, honestly, he's back on his feet now. I'm surprised he isn't going, man. If you have a bit of success like that, you go, but...
Here we...
Oh, my
God.
days.
Oh!
Go on, lads. Fight of the night so far. What an absolute what this is, Jay.
Well, he's making Jared Cannonier take a step back. Now that he threw something, he fears his power now too, Cyrus.
No, for sure. Man, this is on some other level for his, for Kante to be able to answer back and still have confidence. That up kick has kept him in this fight. I'm telling you, bro.
We're only halfway through this fight. Look, it's 2 minutes into the second round. We still got a round and a half to go.
Overhand throw.
We did.
How did he survive? How are people this good at surviving like that?
Guys, what are you doing on a Saturday night if you're not watching primetime MMA? This is why we do this, J-Dan. This fight right here. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is not going to decision for one. And it better not be no wrestling. I don't care. Stay on the feet, Derek Brunson. Keep brawling. This is beautiful to watch, Cyrus.
No, it is, bro. It is, for sure. This is on some other level right now. I'm telling you, those jabs setting up absolutely everything. As you mentioned, Humble, his ability to throw 2-3 shot strikes, be very, very kind of reserved as being phenomenal. But how does he do it? Derek Brunson might be winning it.
Brunson may have ended it. Hold on. Did he end it? His hand is missing. His arm is missing. Where's his other arm? Oh.
He's clinging on by dear life. Was literally trapped. Oh, it disappeared.
Bro, he was only striking with the hand that was free. If he had gone to the other side, the fight would have been over.
Oh, is he going to finish it? Mate, this is crazy. I thought he was done. We were telling him he needs to get some respect, and some respect he's got, J-Dime.
He earned that respect. Derek Brunson has turned it around, and now he's. I don't know. He may have won that round. I don't know. So many knockdowns. I don't know who won, but he turned this fight around.
What fight, Cyrus? What fight?
Yeah, man. Honestly, these guys delivering it. Featured fight of the early prelims. They're going to touch them up for the third and final round. 3-3 v 4-4, man. They're trying to get into the win column, and they are fighting with everything on the line. Kante, give him some of his own medicine. Stand and punch right through his guard, J-Dime. Who is going to win this one? Has Anime got anything left in the tank?
You have God-given power like that. You got something in that tank, Cyrus.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Hold on. Did he make the comeback?
The tank's empty. Oh, he survived. It's over. What a comeback. What a comeback!
That's
Bro,
crazy.
that's
He was
fucking
getting
mad.
beat up
What
bloody
a
up in the
comeback.
beginning. That's a
Can't
great
be.
comeback. He told the
I
bag.
can't believe he did it, bro.
Mate, he got a gun for him. Oh my days.
God.
I'm
I
telling
can't
you.
believe he just did that. I can't believe he just did that. That's crazy.
Mate, I cannot believe he turned that around, bro. This is a crazy night already. These guys came in here, like I said, with everything to prove, and they fucking battled it out from the start to the end. I thought Cannonier was on his way to an easy dub for a second, Jay, but
That's crazy.
what a way for Derek to turn that around.
That's crazy to be.
God.
That's a hell of a comeback. He never gave up, and Jared Cannonier was dominating the first half. Like, he had him in the first half, and it looked like he was going to cruise. He was just whooping Derek Brunson ass, but damn, what a hell of a comeback.
Cyrus, we might have to stop this show. I'm just saying, if we continue this show right now, we might have a few people have heart attacks, including myself, because I can't. That's the featured fight of the prelim. What's it called, Cyrus?
The early prelims, yeah.
The early prelims. I've lost it. The fight's through me. I'm telling you now, this is what I mean. That type of fight is the reason we do this. And it's the third fight of this evening. Like, that's one of my favourite fights of all time in prime time. That's incredible.
No, honestly, it was sensational. They were back and forth. They showcased everything there, bro. And like I said, it was the willingness to engage, to really go for that finish and separate yourself, bro, to separate yourself. Like I said, it's visible spots on these cards, so you have it all to play for. And I believe next is the the only change to the graphic. I'll throw it back to you there, Mr. Humbleding. We have B3 Trials. He's going to be actually making a debut. From what it's telling me, he's fought in the past, but a debut of this season. Yeah. And he was actually a former champ as well, obviously. Coming back into the season, he wants to enter it in a big way. Takes a fight on short notice, which is one hell of a way to do it there, Humble. But he is going up against the one and only Temp. Light heavyweight is the weight class, so a little bit of a difference in the picks and the kind of options that you have available, given the picks that you have here.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously the only change, actually, yeah, it's definitely the only change of the graphics as well, which is crazy. We've had everyone show up, apart from Ned, my teammate. Thanks, Ned.
Oh, yeah,
but,
where do you go?
I don't know, he got stuck up that infamous tree, I think, you know. But listen, this is the fact. We get a former champion in place. This is the problem. People we keep saying this, Cyrus. If you get on the everyone wants to be on the pay-per-views, everyone wants to be on the live cards, and then you get B3 Trials in your first fight. It's like,
yeah,
you can't get an easy fight in prime time. It's impossible.
No, it's Killer's Row, bro. It is Killer's Row. We developed this with that exact, everybody welcome, cream rises to the top, so to speak. So by the time you find yourself making the live cards, you've earned it, and you've earned it because you are of that same ilk as a lot of the other top level guys that you see around competing week in, week out in those positions. Now, a former champion has found himself on the early side of the prelims, and this is where he would have been, regardless of the short notice fight, due to the fact that he's debuting this season, right? So he needs to come back out each and every single time in prime time. You're only as good as your last result, and coming into a season, you haven't got a result, so you need to, basically it's a reset. Earn that respect every single time, showcase that we've still got it. That when you step into that cage there, Jay.
Change it to this note. He picked Anthony Johnson. Rest in peace to Anthony Johnson. I respect that pick a lot, guys.
Oh, that's emotional. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Like that. What a absolute tragedy, by the way. And I think a lot of people, the way it went down and stuff. But, oh my God. I thought Temp was about to put him out right there. But yeah, anyway, there's going to be a great fight. Trials, I was going to get into this just before we went into the fight, but I'll do it now. He's now B3. He was formerly Trials War. It was Trials War, sorry. And when he was a champion, he was with such great and fantastic killers, and now he's at B3. That's going to be a completely different person right there. He's going to have different training partners. A lot of top champions as well, Cyrus.
Yeah, different mentality behind the camps as well. I mean, look, the B3 boys, you could watch a silhouette of the B3 boys fighting, and you would know that that's a B3 representative in the way that they approach a fight. Right now, Trials is, kind of having a lot of shots being eaten, to be perfectly honest with you. Temp is making the most of this opportunity, Jay, and he's landing a lot of good shots early.
Yeah, he is. And Trials isn't fighting like a B3 boy right now. He's still sticking to his style. He's still very patient. He's methodical, picking him apart. He's actually not sprinting right now, Humble.
Yeah, that's it. And you've got to be careful because, you know, Anthony Johnson in this game, he's on the game, he's just a bit slower. He's a lot of power there. But he reminds me of Ngannou, Cyrus, the way they kind of meta picks him on this game. It's quick and fast with the hands and, you know, good movement. And Anthony Johnson doesn't quite fit that meta. But boy, if he hits you, he can put you out. But Temp's looking really good at the moment.
Yeah, quite honestly, I think the same can be said about both guys, right? No time on the left, obviously. Rumble on the right, they both hit like you. Just like, honestly, it's unrivaled. They have an uncanny ability to send people into another realm with their right, well, with any shot, bro. Like, let's be honest, these are like the few guys that can knock you out with a jab.
Yeah, big boys as well, light heavyweights, you know, the problem is the amount of power that Anthony Johnson's got on this game with a 90. I think it's 98 power J-Dime, if I'm correct. It's mad, but he wastes a lot of stamina. He's also not got great body health, so it'll be interesting to see if Temp keeps sticking to the heads or he starts to go to the body.
This is lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, Temp is fighting really good right now, too. He don't care if Trials was a former champion. He's fighting him like he don't respect him. He's fighting a really good fight. And maybe it's a little bit of Trials got to get the rust off too, Humble.
Yeah, he's probably just 1 minute to the fight, trying to get his wits about him. But Temp's trying to give him no chance. Give him no sort of opportunity to get back into it. He's really fighting smart on the outside. He's using his movement weapon. He's really becoming difficult to hit. Defense is the best offense, Cyrus, and it looks like Temp has really worked on his defense since the last time we've seen him.
I would agree. It's like he's got, honestly, with this, it's like he's got no time to achieve. And that's why he picked. I'm absolutely sure. Usmir hits hard. He's very, very underrated in this weight class, especially now. I mean, obviously a lot of new fans come into mixed martial arts. You may not know the true breadth of what these guys bring to the table. I mean, Rumble is so kind of infamous that his legacy kind of, the fear of his power out here, Humble, kind of transcended.
Oh, yeah.
Even when he wasn't fighting in the promotion.
Yeah.
But Usman, people will kind of sleep on him a little bit, and that guy, bro, he has scary power as well. It's like he's not even winding up on the things; he just connects, and people go to sleep.
It's different as well, because Rumble came from welterweight, cutting weight. I don't know how he cut weight that much to get to welterweight, and then he fought welterweight. He fought Josh Koscheck. He's fought everyone. Vitor Belfort. He's fought all the way up to heavyweight, and he's knocking people out at heavyweight. And he looks natural. Well, it doesn't look forced. Knocked Nogueira out, knocked so many out. But then Ozdemir run to the title against John Jones. He had a fantastic performance. Constantly. He was knocking everybody out as well, and then I think that got derailed as he was coming through, But so far in this fight, Temp's done a great job of keeping him back, keeping him against the fence, using his range and kind of picking him apart.
Yeah, he's having some success, but Anthony Johnson is having some success too, and he still does have that power. People forget, before there was Francis Ngannou, there was Anthony Johnson. That was a guy we were like, he's the most powerful guy we ever seen. People forget that.
That's the fight I want to see. Anthony Johnson versus Francis Ngannou. They were friends. He's such a cool guy, but yeah, he is a monster. He won the title, if we remember as well. He rocked DC.
He did rock.
He actually, if DC got cut that weight, maybe that was it. You know what I mean? Instead of cheating.
Oh my god! That combo's been money for him.
Oh, maybe you gotta watch out for stamina though. When you stun someone, don't get that overzealous because nice leg kick. That could mean something. He gets one counter when you're overzealous. It could be over.
He's starting to get into his rhythm now, though. You can tell the way he's moving. The characters kind of Johnson's not the greatest to kind of like to move, and with Trials, from what I know of Trials, he likes to use his movement. He likes to use the slip uppercuts to the body, get inside, slip straight. He likes to do a lot of that movement, and he can't really do it with Johnson. So he's gonna have to mix it up. He's a fantastic grappler as well, J-Dime.
Yeah, that's what they were saying in the comments. And if I'm Anthony Johnson, I got to make this adjustment because he likes throwing that slip straight overhand. You got to start feigning him and baiting him into pre-doing it already. Make him do it on your terms, Humble.
Yeah, you've got to make it do it on your terms. And I like the switch up because Avi Johnson's got some wrestling as well, Cyrus. He's very powerful, but what I always think about what people don't realise, a lot of that power transfers over the ground and pound as well. Ground and pound stats are really important, especially when they push you up, and with power like that, they're going to be high for the ground and pound.
Mate, I was going to say, right, like, even in the postured down position when he's in side control there, the elbows from Anthony Johnson just hit differently. It's like a baseball bat is wrapping around his head, and he's not even postured up in those positions. Like, most certainly, that power translates, and he is, mixing it up really, really well. He started coming back into it on the feet there, Jay. Started feeling a little bit more comfortable, but then thought, let's test him on the mat for the last 2 minutes. Find out where we need to go in this third round to get this dub.
Yeah, and he found where he has the advantage. He found where he has the advantage at, right here.
Woo!
The blood is squirting out of his eye, and now he gets flipped over 1 second to go. Obviously, you can see it all over the floor, all in the back right there, and that's
a big.
That's got to be Johnson. I think that's Johnson. I think that's Trials as well. Trials is fat man. I thought he was kind of doing okay, but in my opinion, I felt he was getting touched up a bit, and now he seems to have got around and found a way to kind of find a win. J-Dime.
Yeah, even though the first round when he was getting stunned, he's far from out of it. And now he's starting to take some momentum. Now you can see he's starting to walk forward. He's starting to feel more comfortable now, Cyrus.
Yeah, his confidence is quite clearly oozing. He had to weather the early storm of the first round where Temp was looking fantastic. But the accumulated damage, Humble, is too much at the moment, or so it would seem. Temp really needs to be on his A game to survive this onslaught.
Yeah, beautiful there as well from the champion. Oh, nice work. Nice work. He's going to try and finish him. So he had Temp on the back foot, and he couldn't really land his combinations because he couldn't use his movement. So what does he do? He starts switching up to kicks, starts switching up to leg kicks to stop the movement of Uzmir, start winning the fight, and then make him come to you where you use your combinations. And that's really high level IQ right there from him, and you can tell the little switch ups, little subtleties that he make. We always say at J-Dime, it's about the adjustments.
Yeah, it's that experience right now. His leg is toast right now. He has to switch stance or something. And then, if we're back on the mat, you know who has the advantage.
The head kick, he's setting it up. All those low kicks, you know, 1 or 2 are going high. God damn, man. The Hart is having to work this evening, Humble. You were right, brother, as he lands another slip. Straight to the dome. My God.
Going to try and set up something. Nice body shot right there. Oh, he needs to be careful of that though. He doesn't want to be back on the back foot. He's got the momentum now, and Temp looks like he's withering. But Trials is trying to finish him. The champion's trying to get them extra points. The first debut fight for him this season. He's going to want to make a statement, and you get a statement, nothing better than a finish. Gotta be careful, J-Time. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, because Temp is still dangerous. Even though he's starting to take over, Temp is still a really dangerous opponent. Ooh.
He's now going to like 4 or 5 these combinations with only half stamina, though. I think a little bit out of frustration, and the fact that the time is ticking away obviously has urgency. But B3 Trials is doing all the right things, man. He is getting calmer and more composed as the time goes on. His confidence quite clearly seems to be in his favor at the moment here, Humble. It's
Yeah, he's doing some nice things. He's starting to try and set up the bits of movement that I like to talk about earlier on that he likes to do. But he's starting to get his opponents come into him. He's got to not be too predictable with what he's doing.
His leg is broken.
Stick on the leg kick, J-Dime. He mangled his calf right there.
Yeah, I don't think he can walk after this fight. After this fight, he got to be in a wheelchair because his leg is toast, Iris.
Oh, it is, bro. It is. He has had a lot of leg kicks land. It has been stunned from the early part of that second round. Now he finds himself on the mat towards the end of the third, and I have to say, what a turnaround. And for my money, Trials did all he needed to get that victory done. Then come the end of that first round, he obviously had adjustments to make, and he goddamn made them, Humble.
100%. He's kind of ruined the decision for us there, but beautiful leg kicks throughout. Constantly switched it up. Felt like he was struggling. He struggled to get his footing early on, and that's why we have these fights. You know, he comes in right there, has for me a tough first round, gets past that sort of initial jitters, and then makes the necessary adjustments. Realized what he was doing wasn't going to work. He needed to stop him from kind of circling, and he did that with the leg kicks, the body kicks, using the feet of Johnson, not overcommitting and missing loads of shots, and then he started landing the combinations when his opponent had to come to him. Perfect game plan.
Yeah, absolutely right, brother. Absolutely right. My God, guys, the pace to tonight's event, as I said, is something else. That is the first fight of the actual prelims. Up next, we have rank number 21 up against rank number 24 here, Humble.
Already?
Yeah, exactly. Winter XJ up against Austin JG. Austin JG, formerly known as Karen Till. I'll keep pointing that out just because, of course, a lot of people know this fighting acronym under that name. But these guys have been bringing a lot of entertainment to their fights each and every time. A lot of striking striking skills that have been on full display, and I expect much of that to be shown again in this weight class. I mean, it's featherweight. 4-star is the pick, right? But there's actually a lot of picks down here, Humble. I can see that they're actually going Anthony Pettis up against Jeremy Stevens, or so it would seem. And
nice.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Little Heathen up against Showtime.
Did he win last night?
Pettis?
Pettis or Jeremy Stevens?
Oh, Jeremy Stevens, I'm sure he fought last night. He was talking about killing someone. But
Oh, what?
yes, these two have fought each other, haven't they? Right?
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm sure he beat him. Oh, he's got to the He's through the spanner.
Well, I'm sure his fighter was prepared. His opponent was prepared for it. Of course, they do decide fighter picks time in advance so that they have opportunities to prepare for each other. But yeah, this is my actual favorite weight class. I'm going to be straight up with you both. I think it's the most fun weight class to play in, but some of the most diverse skill sets that you can go from. There's a lot of strikers, that given, but even with the likes of Josh Emmett and so on, you do have a lot of choice, and there's a lot of the kind of tools at your disposal, from Taekwondo to so on and so forth.
Yeah, 100%. He's going to try and utilize them right now, but if you're Pettis, you're going to put the pressure on with the boxing. You cannot get out of you can't get too far away from him, J-Dan. You've got to put the pressure on, because when he throws a kick and he lands, and if he misses, he's going to be incredibly vulnerable, and that's where you want to catch him.
Yeah, if I'm Dustin, I'm in his face, I'm in the boxing range. You force him to kick on your term, you force him to fight on your term, you pushing him back, it's going to make him throw a lot just from you being in front of him, Cyrus.
100%. Look, it will force out kicks in the incorrect range, which will ultimately allow you to land the big counter shots that can separate you in this fight. And I have to say, right now, it looks like AJG Gamer doing just that out here, Humble. This guy has been known for his pressure in the past. He is eating a couple of shots on the way in, but of course that overwhelming kind of pressure style, I feel like, will only favor Dustin Poirier in the long run.
Yeah, he started box back though. I like what Winter XJ has done. He's realised quite quickly the way he's fighting at the moment, AJ Gamer, is because the kicks, essentially he needs to crowd his opponent. You crowd kickers, that's what you do. So the way to do that is you've got to throw single shots, or you've got to throw double shots and switch up your rhythm constantly. So you can't let your opponent know how many shots are coming to set up their kicks, essentially. And he's realised that. He's starting to box back with him now. Winter XJ is starting to throw them hands back, trying to catch him in them off breaks, because it's a bit easier when you're punching and they're trying to kick.
Man, Anthony Pettis is not fighting bad off his back foot, but he's eating shots from Dustin. God.
Yeah, like you say, he's not doing bad off the back foot. It's just due to the accuracy of Gamer, right? He is doing all the right things right now. The shot selection is sensational. Pettis is answering back, but is it enough, Humble?
That's the thing. It's tough. Any big kick though? I haven't seen any sort of setup for kicks at the moment. I know he's there, but
right?
Yeah, that's it. You've got to create it though. You've got to create that space, and he's not doing that. Clinch is a good way to do that though, J-Dan, because when they separate, now he can take the center again.
Yeah, because right now he's getting. He needed that. Oh my God, that's
respect.
Now that's better. See, now he may have taken around now in a round where we thought he was getting pushed back.
Doubles up underneath of the body. Think it's a smart move. Try to attack it. Get your opponent a little frustrated. Mixed in with the body straights and lead body hooks. He is really attacking that, Humble, actively and often, and that's going to play dividends as the fight continues.
Oh, can't take that. You can't keep taking that. And Winner XJ is starting to come on in this round, but you can see AJ just didn't back up. He's still on him. He's still trying to press him, but he's getting caught a lot in the process. And I really like the damage that Poirier did in that round. I really like the boxing combinations. And when he hurt his opponent, he hurt his stamina as well. Very clever.
Man, guys, listen to me. Anthony Pettis has done a good job hitting him to the body, draining some of his stamina, mixing in them sneaky shots throughout that first round, and he's going to do it again this round too, Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that he's got his opponent cracked, so it actually looks like he's trying to turn it up, and the question mark kicks.
One kick.
Woo!
One kick. He hasn't gone all the way to the head, though. He's got in the body quite a bit there. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
look, that body.
There was one punch away from a finish. This is, God damn.
Yeah, he chose to go to the body instead of trying to finish the fight. I don't know if that was a mistake, but he seemed confident in his abilities to finish the fight as going forward, and maybe kind of opted to do a bit more damage right there.
He knows what he's doing. Oh, he knows what he's doing, Humble.
That question mark kick.
Let him go to work, Humble.
That question mark kick was beautiful, J-Dime.
Let him go to work. He's a master at work right now. He knows what he's doing, Cyrus.
Yeah, winter is coming, as I think you said before, Humble. This guy is right now looking dialed in, laser focused, and ready for a kill added to his name. Oh my God!
Oh, stop the fight, ref! Get in there!
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a family!
Yeah. He was face down, ass up. It's over.
AJ's gamer looked in control for the majority of that first round until he wasn't, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Until he wasn't.
Until he wasn't, bro. Until he wasn't. Look, and I respect Karen Tillman. That guy has got a lot of skills at his opponent, Austin, that is. But Winter, Jesus, bro. This guy, he,
It's his season. It's his season. It's literally his season.
Literally.
Look at that kick on the way down, bro. He kicked him square in the neck. Dustin can't breathe right now.
Yeah, face down, ass up. It's over.
Family are crying in the front row. I was absolutely best wheels on him right there. Ref was like, yeah, he could hit him a few more times, you know. I don't know what he did to the ref, but great performance. Winter is coming, and it is his season, and that is going to push him right up to the echelon he wants to be in. Like we said earlier on, these guys are knocking at the door. Number 21 and 24, and number 21 defended his spot right there. He's going to propel himself up the rankings because he just fought somebody close rank to him, and that's going to give him a good opportunity in his next fight to maybe fight on a main card or, you know, fight higher up, Cyrus.
Oh, for certain, brother, for certain. I like I said, I expect big things. Winter doing very, very good work, and with performances like that, he is definitely going to stick out in the mind of the fans and matchmakers alike as they go forward and look to see what big matchups can be made in the future. Momentum is everything, and it definitely is on his favor in the moment. But talking of two savages out here, J-Dime, we have the one and only Luke Saville up against Clarky. Welterweight is the weight class. 4-star fighters still are to be picked. Conor McGregor, though, up against Jorge Masvidal, or so it would appear. We've seen this matchup in the past. Looks like we're going to see it again here this evening. But it's an interesting one because of the way that they match up between both of guys having power, but of course them having variations to their boxing techniques.
Jay, before you start, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why do people not ban Conor McGregor?
I never got that. Like, for example, right?
Why do people not ban him?
Look, for example, say I was matched up. If I was them with a guy in B3, I would ban Conor off the break.
Yeah, I'm banning Conor every fight.
I'm banning Conor. I'm banning Conor regardless.
I'm banning Conor every fight.
I'll deal with anyone else, but I'll ban Conor.
You know, it's just crazy to me that, you see, it's a great fight, don't get me wrong, but Conor has got some special attributes. He is the poster boy of this game at one point, Cyrus. They do favour Conor McGregor's stats and the way. It doesn't matter how he's currently been fighting. It matters how he's fought in the past with Conor McGregor. He gets a bit of different treatment, and his power resonates through this game. He is fighting Masvidal, who's got similar stats, but he got downgraded a bit more than Conor, so you know.
Yeah, no, for certain. You are right. It's surprising not more people ban him, but right now, I mean, I was surprised to see that Luke Saville is actually the one taken in the center of the cage. He hasn't backed him up too much. Obviously, still very early. They're just playing footsies out here, Jay. But
Ooh, nice work.
Those are the types of shots that cause problems. Keep your hands up against Conor McGregor. Ooh. That left hand is a heat seeker, and it will turn those lights out.
If I'm Conor, I would, for the next, oh my goodness, for the next 5 seconds, I throw singles because I have him against his cage and see what his reaction is before I make a read, Humble.
Yeah, he's really pressing. He's looking like he's just going to try and get him out of there as fast as he possibly can. You know, he's not really...
Oh, he pulled elbow.
Jesus, he sliced him up against that fence. He's going to get that extra damage. He gets the throw. Now we're going to get to see Clarky's grappling, and he believes in himself clearly because he's just started. He's quite comfortably here. Jay Dime, he's decided to settle in.
Yeah, well, that was a beautiful hip toss from Connor. Did y'all see that? That's all that muscle Connor been putting on. Connor said he's been working. No one's testing him, but he's been working though, Humble.
He's coming back and he's going to be terrible, I'll tell you what. Too much muscle, but it doesn't matter about the muscle in the real life Conor McGregor. But in this fight, he looks fly, he looks good, he's picking his spots really well, and he's flowing, Cyrus. He looks like he's in the flow more.
Yeah, it does so far. He does, most certainly. He seems to be very much in control. There's a lot of, support coming in the chat for Luke, and he's having a lot of adversity right now. They're trying to rally behind and support him through these early storm. But I just feel like the way that this started out here, Jay, it's got him second guessing himself. He's a little bit frustrated. He's a little bit concerned. He needs to settle in just like that and play his game because he normally looks a lot better than this.
Yeah, it just the stun and the hip toss that threw him off, but he just got to get his composure back and get off the fucking cage. My bad. Get off the cage, man.
In a pan corner. Here he goes. He's now against the fence again, and Luke is. It's interesting because you're completely right, Jay Dime. He's fighting off the back foot, and it's not the typical Luke performance. I'm wondering if there's other alternative issues here, but he's not essentially getting his timing at all at the moment.
Yeah, really, really struggling with it, or so it would seem. He is trying to chop at that leg, but being pressed like this, the body work, the stuns, it's even putting him behind stamina, and he's throwing like 50% less strikes.
Oh, here we go. He hit that one. Here we go.
Not another night like that, Jay Dime. Remember this last time. Oh my God, I thought he was going to land every shot there. We said this last time. Every start of every round, someone's winning dominantly. Second round, it's completely flipped on its head. And so far tonight, I'm thinking about it, it's pretty much happened in nearly every fight.
He needed that, though. I'm not going to lie. He needed that.
It's like he's almost woken up after that right now, right? Never mind!
Oh, no, he's going back to sleep.
Oh!
Right when you say he's woken up, he gets stunned. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was. Do you know what this fight reminds me of? Trials almost, with the, oh yeah, I'm fighting. It's like you realize, oh yeah, I'm playing the game that I know how to play, not just thinking about all the other things that are going on. You just focus on your gameplay, and that's what you've got to do to kind of perform sometimes, Cyrus.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's piecing him now.
I mean, I don't know if Art of War. No, that's not Luke Seville. I was going to say apparently there's some connection problems.
I know.
But, I was going to say I don't see it out here, Jay. They seem to be running pretty smooth, but that's a start from Conor McGregor as well. Got to be careful not to get overzealous and get rocked like he did towards the end of that first round.
Oh, Jorge's having success, but this is what I said. Conor need to throw singles and feints because his back's on the cage. He can bait him out to throw stuff. Humble.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely seen the connection jump as well before the fight, but I didn't want to find out. But there's battling some other demons at the moment in there. Oh. Luke has to get through him because he's had too early. McGregor was there like peekaboo, catches him with an elbow, and now Luke Seville is on the back foot early in the second round.
Nice. He needed to recover a little bit. He needed to take a deep breath real quick. So that was a good takedown.
Gets him up. Hip toss. Lovely work. Clarkie's looking real calm and controlled here this evening. I have to say, Humble, Conor is a confidence fighter. And it looks like the same can be said about Clarkie. This is by far the best performance he's had so far.
Stop talking, Cyrus, every time.
Bro, it's even still. I stand by it.
Stamina! The stamina is crazy right now.
His stamina shot.
How did I not notice that?
Oh, no, I was looking at this. I was looking at it. That's why I said Conor needs to press him on that cage and keep baiting him out to throw because his stamina's gone and sneak some body shots in. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he missed it.
Hey, that would have been a beautiful knockout.
His arm was dead. He couldn't throw it. He'd been sitting on his
and he's done.
Orthodox Conor lands it, bro. He lands it. Clarkie gets the job done. That's a really, really stand-up performance for Clarkie. I mean, like I said a second ago, probably his best to date.
I blinked. That's the first time I've seen the knockout. That's crazy. If you blink, you missed it. That's how good that knockout was. And look at his neck. His neck, J-Dime, he just absolutely crashed Masvidal's head right there. That was the talk on that neck movement. That was horrendous. He's going to need a hospital.
Well, another
Jeez.
Say what I want.
Well, another sensational fight.
huge.
Like that was that was something else, bro. That was something else. There was 6 stuns between them, multiple knockdowns, all the action being poured. As we heard from the one and only Doc in the background, the primetime guarantee is strong in this card for sure, my man. It is sure strong to hear this evening.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So how many fights have we had? Like 6 fights. Oh my! Respect to all the competitors tonight as well. Like so far, touch wood. So far, it's been easy to kind of do this. Everyone's kind of really helped out recently. It's been brilliant. But that being said, we are on to our featured prelim of the prelims. It is Storm versus ST Cole. Now, let me tell you something about these two, J-Time. Storm whipped my ass last night, okay? We had a great first round. But that second and third round, he was a shutout. He got on top of me. He dominated me. I felt abused. I was a bit salty.
Misused, mistreated.
I was a bit salty, and I'm still a bit salty. And I can't hate him, but he's fighting ST Cole. Now, these two are former teammates, right? These two used to fight each other. These two used to spar each other. So how did them sessions get down? And why did he leave, J-Time? These are the questions we always ask. Teammate fights teammate. Here we go.
Facts. I got to know, was there any beef in the camp? I have to know why he left. You don't just leave camps for no reason. Unless, I don't know, some people may do that. But I need to know the reason why he left. Is he still cool with these guys?
Yeah, exactly that. And Cyrus, I'll throw another spanner in the work as well. Number 9 in the division. You heard me right. ST Cole is number 9 in the PlayStation division, and he's fighting Storm, who's number 12. Boy beat me. So this potentially could be number 6 or number 5 or number 4. Storm, we don't know. And he might be giving up a spot here, or he might be getting a contender fight or a title fight. Who knows what happens in this fight?
Honestly, brother, I was going to say that exact thing. You took the words right out of my mouth. He was 12 before that fight last night, so right now he's above that position. This is rank number 9. Be probably, rank number 10, rank number 7, something along those lines. But either way, his confidence is going to be oozing, bro. He's going to be at an all-time high. He came into that fight with you yesterday. He had a difficult first round, then got the takedown, as you mentioned, and made your life a living misery. But it happens, bro, right? It happens. And look, he's got on a pick here this evening in Jimmy, who has the ability to not only land hands, but also make Moraes' night a whole heap of trouble here, Jay, because he is actually one hell of a wrestler, should he want to implement that.
Listen to me. I know it's Storm fighting, but it's a different gamer tag, so I read STK Papa John. I didn't read Pop Jaw. I read Papa John in my head.
Pop Jaw. Oh, what a name that is. That's better than in my opinion, actually, Pop Jaw is a fantastic name. But get your bets in quickly. You got 20 seconds left before they shut in the channel points. That's how you participate into these events. Pick who you think's going to win. Show you all right there. But Pop Jaw right now, he's trying to get hold of Rice, and this I've just literally fought him through his game plan. I ended up catching him quite early in that first round, Cyrus, and really doing some damage and stopped the takedowns really, really well. But in that second round, the adjustments he made, he kind of shot really early. He knew that where he wanted to fight, and he was destined to get there, and get there he did. And that's kind of what I expect in here. If Cole can kind of hurt him early, get some early damage, he might be able to cause a problem later on in the fight.
Yeah, for sure. I say one of the things that Cole is doing so well here this evening is he's attacking that, that left leg. The calf kicks are really starting to add up. He isn't really going for many body or head kicks. The occasional teep on the right, and I just feel like that everything he is doing is interrupting Jimmy. Catches him once again, J-Dime. He's got him in a whole heap of trouble, and he still can't get this takedown.
Man, he's fighting well right now. I've never seen Marlon Moraes have a stamina advantage over nobody in my life. So this looks really good right now.
98 kick speed, 97 kick power, I believe it is, for Marlon Moraes. So absolute demon. The only thing is, he's got a worse chin stat than Cody Garbrandt, Cyrus.
Yeah, well, look, he doesn't look
Worse?
like he needs big health in this fight. He's barely getting touched at this stage. Storm now working that jab.
Oh.
That's what he... Oh, bro, see, it's just... I feel like the timing of Cole is laser focus here this evening. He is zoned the fuck in, bro.
It takes
Every time he says something.
Oh, Cyrus,
He's zoned in, right, Cyrus? He's zoned in.
He was zoned in, bro. Zoned right into that right hand.
I IQ from
Oh my goodness. That's so
into the right hand and now on the ground. But look at this. STK, Popjaw, he's now going to start working the grappling. He's not going to have much time to do it, but he's kind of, getting where he wants to be. It's a mental sort of block, J-Dime, when somebody at the end of the round, the last 30 seconds, last 40 seconds, they can just stay on top of you and they can show off the grapple as well. He's got to deny already. He's going to posture up and try and land some ground and pound. STK, Cole, seeing it coming, decides to get away. But 5 seconds here, raining from hell.
Oh, good defense as well. He posted 2 of those shots and blocked the third. Only two of the 5 actually got through. A big round, a fucking massive round from Moraes in that one. Of course, we saw Riviera get a knockdown and a stun of his own, but even still, the overall damage, I do believe, came via Moraes, and he's going to look to start this round out in a similar fashion. He's got to be careful not to get a little too overzealous, though, Humble, because of the work that Storm was able to do towards the end of that first round.
Yeah, exactly, and Pudgy said it best in chat as well. He said, Marlon, terrible stamina, terrible chin, terrible recovery, but 5-star striking, and that's what we're seeing right now. You can see the kicking coming through. You can see, the people, he's striking kind of bleeding through, and it's really nice. But look at this. This is what happened to me. I know this feel. This is suffocating. This is horrible. You can't.
You said this what happened.
You can't panic. You can't panic. If you panic, it's over.
Oh my goodness, Humble said, this is what happened to me.
This is exactly flashbacks. This is like PTSD right now.
So in the back of your head, you want Cole to win because of what Storm did to you?
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm a competitor first of animosity, but but obviously, I was top 10, he was top 12. These guys, we fight each other. I was winning that fight. He got over on me. I think Cole could do really well in this fight, but he has to have it on his feet. He has to do better than I did, essentially. If Storm could get his way with you, he's great in the second. He's great in the third. Imagine him in the fourth and fifth, J-Dan. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is, they're saying in the comments, they said, I don't think Cole will complain about being held down, though. I was hearing you was crying.
I was crying. I was crying.
Baby, after that.
I was the first to admit I am salty about that loss, Cyrus. I want it back.
It happens, bro. It happens. But look, Storm is showing why he's so dangerous in these positions, though, right? He is now finding himself in such a dangerous position. He's, working everything he can, every second that he can. But like you said, man, getting back to the feet is obviously of an utmost importance for Moraes, but also just mitigating anything that he can do in this round. So if it does go to the third, then he's able to do it without being so far behind. And I feel like he's doing the right thing. He's taking his time, Jay. He's not wasting too many movements. He's getting, grapple advantage in his favor before going for transitions. But it's just still, even with all of the right decisions being made, easier said than done to get yourself back to your feet against Storm. We've seen it, bro. We've seen it.
Yeah, we seen him torture Humble. Right?
He let him up. He let me up.
He don't like you. That's why he didn't let you up. He don't like you.
Oh, nice work.
Oh, nice. But I was about to say, Marlon Moraes, he's fighting the right fight against him because Marlon Moraes, 5-star striking. He's bad at everything else you could do. But 5-star striking. So
25 seconds to do something.
That's perfect game plan.
And we're talking about, he is brilliant. Storm is great at the grappling, as much as we're talking analytically. He's fantastic. Like, he breaks you down, he takes you down, he takes barely any risk and wins the fight by not taking a lot of damage. But call his game as it comes. He wants to win this fight. There's a lot of people believing that this is they sparred a lot, so there's a lot of people believing that Storm should run away with this one, and Cole has come out the first round, really hurt him, hasn't had the best second round, but this is his chance right now. The third round is where he needs to do. He can't get taken down. He's got to use his strike. He's got to put it on him.
Yeah, for my money, man, do you feel like baits would even be a good decision here for him? Just try to bait something out. Oh my god, never mind, bro.
Oh my days, he's going to get it now though. He's already been rocked.
Yeah. not like I mean, like a finish is needed from Cole 100% at this stage.
Also damage back. He potentially might have won one round. Jay Diamond, I don't know if you think that as well, but you know, I don't know. The first round he did rock him. So if he just needs to do something back and get a big moment himself, and he has to be careful for the takedown.
Yeah, but right now he's getting his boxing going. Jimmy Rivera's feeling good with the hands right now. And
oh my God!
There it is.
Never mind. He was feeling good.
There it is. He's got the body. Oh, Cole. Nice work. Good work from these two.
Yeah, the way he was doing it as well, Humble. He wasn't even wasting his stamina. That's why he could continue that barrage. Until Riviera was able to counter him, he was just putting 1-2s in his face and keeping the stamina nice and high, so that he could just non-stop pressure his opponent.
Oh. And he's banded the leg kicks as well. Like I think that might be, you know, he might be getting. Oh, beautiful work. That's it right there. Cole's trying to win the fight right now. He's trying to take the momentum of the ever-growing storm, but he cannot get it going at the moment. Cole is starting to take over this fight, Jay Diamond. I'm expecting a takedown any second now.
Or maybe he won a box. We never know.
Oh, okay. Oh, up kick to the face. Cole.
What is he? Oh my God, man. Oh my.
Oh my! He's like blocked every shot. He blocked every shot.
It was that close. He leaned back.
These two know each other so well. You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell they've had hundreds of rounds against each other.
Barely stamina for either fight. This is where it gets dangerous.
They don't need it. It's all out war.
Does Cole take a risk? Does he go like what? Because I don't know if Cole's landed more damage.
No risk it, no biscuit. He got to go for the. He got to risk it.
Oh,
he's rocked in. This could be it. Oh, he's won the fight. Oh, he's did it again.
Wait, this may be it.
Oh.
No, it's not it. This is not it.
Right now.
takes his back.
No. Gets up. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Smart moves, bro.
Ah. Boo. No, I'm joking.
He said, boo.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is such a great
I wanted the blood. That was great. What a fight this has been.
Yeah, sure. I mean, whether it be on the feet or the mat, there's been activity non-stop. Cole looked so good in the striking and this showed, you know, real kind of presence of mind, Jay, and just kind of the ability to withstand, you know, his durability to get through those grappling exchanges and still be so active on the feet. I don't know which way this one's going. I think it's Jimmy, right? I think it's Jimmy.
There's
but
a few people saying Rivera is down in the chat. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know who won that fight. The third round was tighter. He knocked him down, didn't he? In the third, he knocked him down. Rivera knocked him down. Yeah, so I think he's won the fight.
I'd agree based on that, right? Based on that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you. Hold on. Thank you. They said Humble thinks every knockdown is a finish.
What do you mean?
I'm just reading.
I'm just reading. Marlon Moraes.
Well, there you go.
Listen, hey, 2-1. Listen, do you think he sold the fight when he went for that takedown? Do you think he thought he had the fight? You know what?
Someone said in the chat. I wasn't sure. I actually thought he might have been up with a knockdown, but I can't remember the overall because he got like badly hurt for a good period of that. One of those rounds.
I think he might got robbed, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd like to see.
I don't think it's robbery.
Let's look at the rounds.
I don't think it's robbery.
It's a close fight.
It was a good fight. Don't get me wrong. It was back and forth, but like I feel like
I have to see.
You don't get points for sniffing someone. You've got to do damage.
Bro, he did damage. He got 2 knockdowns. He got 3 stuns.
I have to see the numbers. He got to go around. Like I have to see the numbers, then we can see what really happened. But just where it says fight stats right here, we don't know. Once we go round by round, we can see what actually happened.
Yeah, we'll give him a couple of seconds. We'll give him a couple of seconds.
They're not going to show us. You know they're not going to show us. They're going to be like, yeah, we'll wait. Yeah, we'll keep them sweating. Yeah, it was a good fight. Like I said, Cole looked like he was there to win. I thought that, you know, the way Storm fought, he didn't necessarily continually chain wrestle. He wasn't looking for the clinch to the takedown. He wasn't doing all of the things you'd expect him to do to kind of be gritty in the clinch exchanges and other parts. Well, on this one, he was happy to box all the time as well. He did have some success, Jay Dime, but that seemed to be his downfall.
A great fight. I don't even what's the word? I don't care about what adjustments he could have. It was a great fight. It was just a great fight, man.
Absolutely.
Beef,
Guys, that was only the featured fight of the prelims. Now, there's a couple of little bits and bobs just about to get sorted as we move it into the main card. So I'm going to throw it across to yourselves there, guys. Mr. Humbleding, J-Dime TV. We have in front of us a 6-fight main card, Killer's Row, top to bottom. What can the fans at home expect to see from some of these fights? I know that you pointed out one or two. I know that we covered the main event in quite a lot of detail, but these guys have a bit of a storied career here within Primetime MMA, and there's quite a lot of storylines running into a number of these fights.
Yeah, 100%. And I think when we're talking about the main card, J-Dime, we can only start at the top, and that is the title fight between Smudger and I Am the GOAT. NM Smudger has been fantastic, currently 8-0, currently knocking on the door for a GOAT status. Let's be real, J-Dime. He was the champion last season as well for a good portion of time. This man is at the top of prime time in PlayStation at the moment, and not many people have been able to knock on that door and take it from him, if anybody. And he's going to have a tough test in front of him tonight in NBK I'm the GOAT.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Smudger's at the point where we're just finding challengers for him, and GOAT deserves to fight him, but Smudger has just been that dominant. What will NBK I'm the GOAT bring that no one else brings? We're gonna see. Will he upset the world, or will he just be another casualty in a way of Smudger?
Yeah, definitely. And his performance last week against Dano Gamer spoke volumes in his ability, and he's been really confident. But we've heard it before, J-Time. We've heard that confidence come oozing out of the opponents before they get in the cage with Smudger, and he puts them away. But that moves us on nicely as well to our co-main event. TT Hufu versus Smudger's teammate, by the way, NM Liam, who's currently 3-0, going to be fighting the number 2 prospect in Huhu. And Huhu just come off a title fight, a loss to Smudger. NM Liam could potentially be fighting his teammate if he wins this fight. Who knows, J-Dime?
Yeah, I think Huhu versus NM Liam is a fantastic fight. I think that fight don't get talked about enough because that's a great fucking fight, Humble.
Yeah, it is a great fight, and NM Liam's been an absolute thunderstorm through the PlayStation division so far, really looking to cement himself among the elite in prime time, and that he is doing. But speaking of elite, it doesn't get much better than the fight below that. Naz versus B3 Blackout, both fantastic strikers. B3 Blackout known for his grappling now and then, Naz known for his grappling now and then, and both quite controversial. But Naz, the TikTok sensation, looking to try and get himself back in that title picture. He's number 2 in the division right now, and he's on a bit of a win streak as well.
My bad, Cyrus.
No, please continue, bro. Please continue.
I was going to say that Nas, he really wants to get that title back. He's really trying to work his way up and get that title shot again, because I know he's desperate for that belt right now, and he's trying to go through whoever's in his way. So we may see the most motivated Nas, Humble.
That's it. But we may as well, since Cyrus is back, get to our first fight of this main card, and that is going to be Driz versus EK Capalot in the middleweight division. Driz currently ranked number 11 in the division, and Capalot knocking on the door at number 18. These are 2 highly ranked competitors, and they've both been up there multiple times. This is a great fight to start our main card, Cyrus.
Yes, for sure, brother. For absolute sure. Like you say, ranked number 11 against ranked number 18, 4-3, 3-2. They've actually fought Killer's Row, man. These guys have been around the scenes for a long time, and that's the reason that they were able to make live cards from the get-go as 0-0 at the beginning of the season. Is of course we kind of base it off the Grand Prix and then of course previous seasons, and as a result, when you come out and you're fighting on live cards from the get-go, Humble, just to talk back to you, you're against killers from that start. It's hard to remain undefeated. So might be 4-3, maybe 3-2, but you will see in the showcase of skills that we are about to witness exactly what these guys bring to the table and why they continue to find themselves in the upper ends of the rankings, even after going through Killer's Row.
Yeah, there's so many brilliant guys, and it constantly changes as well. The scene constantly changes, J-Time. So not only are you fighting guys who are killers, you're fighting guys who are beating the killers and starting to emerge as some kind of new prospects, just joining teams, for instance, just getting into the game, just kind of coming over, and you get these guys emerging as well, and that's what it is constantly. So one guy who might be fighting for a title one week, might be fighting on the prelims the next, and we've seen it time and time again. It's absolutely crazy.
there's always so much new competitors who show up, like you said, who join these teams that we've never seen before, and they be really good too. They just been, what's the word? They just been they haven't been discovered yet. They haven't been, you know what I'm saying, Humble?
Yeah, 100%. And there's an interesting point to this fight because you got a grappler in Marvin Vettori versus Driz in the sort of counter-striking movement of Adesanya. His delivery, he's trying to stick on the back foot. Lando's straight shot down the middle, very similar to John Jones. Maybe get a bit dirty as we're seeing right now, Cyrus, and land some spinning elbows, teeps, all that sort of stuff to keep your opponent off you.
Yeah, exactly. Keep him off you, bro. Make sure that he is not anywhere near taking your, able to take you down, because you know that that's what Marvin's going to want to do here, right, Jay? He isn't going to want to mess with you on the feet for too long, I would imagine. And when he is, he's going to want to make it into a dogfight. But mixing in the grappling like he does right there is what is going to take Izzy off his A game and, start to make him make mistakes.
Yeah, that's what Marvin wants. He wants to make it a dogfight. He wants to strike on his accord when he's pushing the pace and just grind it out and take you to the ground. Make it ugly. Now, he don't want a pretty fight, Humble.
Yeah, that's it. A lot of people think that fighting is fencing. You go backwards, I go backwards, you move backwards, when you throw a few strikes here and there. Fighting is gritty. Fighting is getting you back against that fence, and that cage hurts. That cage cuts you. The ground's got a sandiness to it, Cyrus. People don't realise this, but the ground gives you carpet burns. Being on there burns your back. People don't realise this. Putting people in uncomfortable positions and doing that breaks their will, and the ground and the cage is part of that. It's a weapon.
No, this is the thing, right? You can be a striker predominantly, work on, drills, all spars and the like and whatever else, but be in incredible shape, right? You can be an athlete. But I'm telling you, grappling is a different thing. It's a different type of cardio. When you have somebody that's, a technical master that has a lot of physical attributes to go in their favor, and you're tired, you're trying to work your way out of submissions and back to your feet, bro, there ain't nothing like it. It is the depths of the ocean that you are trying to swim from.
Yeah, because essentially when someone's grappling you, they're trying to drown you.
Yeah.
And it's different on the feet because you can kind of pace yourself and control your cardio. It's different when you're on your back and someone's trying to kill you, Cyrus.
100%, brother. But this is a bit of a different bit of a different approach from Capelot, at least from my money out here, Humble. He is a guy that, from that EK side definitely can do it all, but we've predominantly seen him take a striking-based approach, so he is now going grapple heavy in this one up against a tough opponent. I'd imagine that's due to the respect for Driz's hands, and obviously the W is the most important thing. Taking your opponent to those uncomfortable waters is what is going to be able to, really elevate your game in these situations.
Yeah, he's looking for an opening as well. He's trying to be patient. And by being patient, you kind of force your opponent to do something because the time is just ticking. Time is your enemy against someone like Capelot when he's on top of you. So you've got to try and do as much damage in those short bursts when you're on your feet. Much damage in the clinch, much damage where you can there, because if you get nailed down and hit like that and dominated for so much round, the mistakes, you need to avoid making them, but you're more likely to make them when you're behind.
It's 1-0, right, guys? It's 1-0 Marvin Vettori right now?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I'm not a judge, but I'd say it's 1-0.
I think you're right, Jay Diamond. What do you think that Driz has got to do, or should do differently to kind of turn the fight in his favour if he's one down?
He's one down. You gotta, first of all, stay away from that cage is one. Especially, you want to fight from the outside, but you don't want to let Marvin push forward and take that cage away from you, especially if you're Izzy. Then two, you don't have to. I was about to say, you see how he keeps him right here in the middle? It's harder to take you down. You can see everything coming if you're in the middle. But like if you're on the cage, never mind. He's getting beat up by Marvin on the feet too.
Yeah, Marvin will swing for the fences no matter where he is pressed in that cage. The guy doesn't really has cardio for days, but doesn't seem to moderate it in that sense. He's 100% all times, every time they're humble.
He's got like a bit of Michael Bisping in him, the way he fights, like when he goes forward, he crashes into you, he does it constantly with grappling. He's almost like a juggernaut. The more momentum he gets, the better he gets, and that's what you've got to do though, is Driz, you've got to take away a bit of that momentum. He's got to use, it's quite interesting because he's got to use them The kicks to the leg are going to be brilliant, but he's got to use techniques that are going to stun and get respect from Capalot. But Capalot is seeing a lot of it coming. Well, not them toes right there, Jedi.
You need to use them long limbs against Marvin Vettori more than anything. Make him respect you. Land something significant, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the spin elbows, the knees, and stuff like that, I think that they can actually play a big factor if they're used right. Obviously, you don't want to spam them, but the problem is that, EK Capalot, he's a tough old fucking opponent out here, Humble. It's a difficult task to be able to go up against him, even on the best days when he's striking. So when he's, willing to mix it all together, when he's trying to step up that game and show different ripples to what he brings to the table, you can see right now, it's a smothering sensation that is going on here. Even when he's on the feet, you can tell Izzy isn't 100% comfortable. He doesn't want to go back down here, by one missed shot.
Yeah, most of my recollection of this fight is so far is EK Capalot and Drizzen kind of being matched on the feet. Capalot landed a big shot, getting him on the floor, and then dominating at least 2 minutes or a minute and a half of the round at least. And that's kind of swaying my view of where the fight's going, especially with the hurt already. He's kind of limited his chances to get back into the fight, Jedi. It's a good IQ performance.
Yeah, it is, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Izzy probably needs a finish right now.
Yeah, he does, bro, right? And look, I thought that the last fight went the other way with Storm, right? But like, Caliber disagreed in the chat, and I'm gonna go by any decision. He's now our kind of like unofficial judge in the background. I'm telling you, he says 2-0 Driz needs that finish, and I cannot disagree. As you said, a lot of top control, evenly matched on the feet.
What he's talking? 2-0. Oh, Caliber thinks it's 2-0. I think, I think I agree with him. I tend to agree with him, sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
Stevie knows it's 2-0 right now. that one wasn't like the most brilliant thing. We thought it was 2-0, Humble.
It wowed me that day, though. 2-0. It's hard because Driz has got to do something. He's got to.
Oh my god!
Hey, now we know he needs a knockout for sure, right?
Oh, he needs more than a knockout with what Tori's doing to him right now. As he moves into side control, starts to land those elbows. That looks sus time.
Man,
payback.
Yeah,
Payback.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, as a grown man, I don't ever want to be in that position.
Well, he's not enjoying any of these positions right now, I can tell you that. These little bunny shots, if you will, adding up the GA, makes that slice across into top mount like a knife through butter. Humble, ground and pound, ensuing.
I acted like him now. I was like, oh, you got to move your head. He gets out of the way, and then stamina god, Driz is about to take some damage.
He's dead. He's about to
Here
dead.
comes Thunder. Driz is a good ground defense. You got to give him that, but you're not winning the fight with your back, and you need a knockout. Driz needs a miracle, Jedi.
Man, he needs more than a gun. He need a few right now.
Well, there was a knockout sound. You know the sound it makes on a knockout? It just made that sound as he went for an armbar. I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like EK Capalote is not just trying to break his opponent's will. He's trying to break the goddamn game.
I've never seen someone throw that many punches then go for an armbar in mount. Uh-oh. This could be wraps. This could be wraps. He wants them extra points, Jedi. We talk about it all the time. These top players, you beat somebody who's...
You know what I call this? It's a big brother choke right here.
This is the bulldog choke, right?
Yeah. It's the choke you put your little brother in.
True, bro. For sure.
Oh, that's good. You're not going to get it, but...
Yeah.
Gotta be careful, doesn't try and get straight back to his feet. I know he wants to, but he's got a little bit of time away. There he does, he gets back up. Driz has got a chance. He's got a minute. He's got Tom Brady running in the field. He needs to throw Hail Mary right now, Cyrus.
Well, he forces his opponent back to the feet. Capalote knows he's up in this one, doesn't want to... Oh my god!
Oh, he tried... Oh, yeah.
Maybe Driz has been holding it all back till now, Jay. He's got 35 seconds to let it all go, brother.
Driz! Capalote,
If he knocks him out here, if he somehow knocks him out here, I don't know
No
what
way
to
he's
do.
fumbling. There's no way he's fumbling the bag.
No, he
15
can't.
seconds. Nah, no way. 15 seconds, 10 seconds. There's no way Vittori their takedown comes.
Yeah.
He wastes a bit of time. Needs to the head. And a big... shot coming over. Vittori looks like he might have got it done. Maybe 3-0 as well.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, it might be a 30-27.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. It's for sure 30-27.
Yeah, it was a dominant performance. Look, to do that to Driz, given, like, I think this was the smart approach to it, Jay. We know how difficult Driz has been on the feet for many of his opponents. Didn't give him a chance to get going there, man. Made every second of this fight uncomfortable. And, you know, basically an uphill battle from that get-go.
For the winner by unanimous decision,
I was about to say that's easy, but yeah, that was a... What's the word? That was a clear victory for Marvin Vittori and a really intelligent performance by him.
Yeah, and it's going to catapult up those rankings as well, because he's just fought number 11 at number 18, and that's going to put him at 4-2. People who are also full at 4-2 in his division at the moment are NBK ImTheGoat and Blackout, who are both number 7 and 8 in the division, and they're fighting next, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. Sorry, I was just getting a word from the back on a few little bits and bobs. It's Caliber v Lilo next. Is actually the next one. Yeah, Caliber v Lilo. So these guys, obviously on the Xbox side of things. Sorry, Caliber. We've seen him actively in the chat. Lilo is an up and coming, by all means, an up and coming kid that has been blowing through the opposition for the most part. So these guys now 4-1, be 4-1, ranked number 4, be ranked number 5. Accordingly, Caliber's 4, Lilo is 5. Genuinely, these guys have such a diverse skill set. Humble, just to throw it back to you, brother, like, they can really do it all. I would say that Lilo favors the striking and Caliber maybe favors the grappling, but when you're stepping into a matchup like this, each guy knows that there is literally no area of the game that their opponent is going to feel completely out of their element. So it's about how they put all of that together. And you know, myself personally, when you get to this top end of the cut, 4 and 5, right, it's all on the table, bro. All the marbles. You could be fighting for your opportunity for the next title shot.
Yeah, definitely. Just got to point out that somebody doesn't want us to see the record right there because they've turned it off. Always an interesting one, J Dime. I always like to see that. You know, the record means something. So we always talk about it now. That doesn't mean anything. But if you're 198-2, it means something. You know, mentally. Maybe just turn the record off. You know, and then just start again. Let's start again.
0 right now. It's 0-0. So after this, it's still going to say 0-0.
Yep, and they're gonna. Fiziev's. No, it's not his first fight in prime time, but it's an interesting pick. A lot of people favouring that right now, J-Line.
Yeah, he's a good new addition to the game. They should have been put him in the game, right? But he has really good punches. He has really good kicks. He has steel checks, really good leg kicks. He's just an overall really good fighter, Cyrus.
He is so explosive, man. His ability to kind of get out of the way of the shots as well can be something of beauty. And Caliber, often goes with unorthodox picks, let's say, with like Lyoto Machidas to win a belt and stuff like that. So if anybody's going to do it, it's this man right here. But as you can see, his opponent Lilo Tone is very, very kind of fundamentally sound, Humble. He doesn't make mistakes realistically on the feet. He just kind of like does jabs, hooks, straights and the like, keeps it simple, stupid, because if he doesn't keep it simple, it's kind of a little bit stupid, right? He's underplaying himself.
Oh, wow, Fiziev and Caliber comes forward. Caliber grabs his opponent. He's trying to get him out of there early. 2 minutes into the round, and Caliber has found an absolute kill switch right there. He needs to kind of go back to that, but he will take his time. Beautiful bodywork there, J-Time.
I'm not gonna lie, he's styling and profiling on him right now. Like right now, he is comfortable. He's in the zone doing whatever he wants to that poor little boy right now.
He's got pretty combinations, hasn't he, Cyrus? Pretty combinations.
Look, I'm telling you straight, bro. KM boys, that's what they've always had. Is they know the animations inside and out. A lot of it was modeled after I'm Cold Blooded, and if you've ever seen that guy fight, you will know exactly what I mean. Just it's perfect technique. It's about executing these things with military precision. It's about getting all of the timings right, using the right techniques at the right time, and they'll mix in the takedown feints, the lunging strikes. All of it comes together, Jay, and that's why they are so hard to beat. Like I say, everywhere they can do it.
But to be a great UFC player, you have to be competent everywhere. You can't just only be a good kickboxer or only grappling. The great players, they polish their skills in every area.
Yeah, that's why the Kingsman, you know, the quality all the way through, it's constant sort of precision, sort of technique, as you just mentioned, and we're seeing that right now. He's also, like I said, his combinations are pretty, but they're also incredibly damaging. The way he throws combinations, it's almost unique and unorthodox size, because he throws combinations that not many people use in this game when you expect them to use them, and he throws them when you duck, there's something coming. When you switch, there's something coming. He's kind of going with your sort of movement when he's doing them.
Yeah, I think that Caliber, because he's one of the most prevalent active competitors within the KM camp, I said he's maybe the best example of that as of recent times. But it is genuinely something I would say. You know, we say the B3 boys are known for their pressure. I think the KM boys are known for this sort of fight style, and he does fantastic with it. He had a couple of shots towards the end there, but let's be real, that round was all KM Caliber, and he's going to be looking to try and continue that momentum into the rest of this fight.
Man, that was a dominant round. He dominated that round. But let's see what adjustments he makes, because he had success at the end of that round, Humble.
Yeah, he needs something, you know, he needs to come back. He is stood in orthodox stance. He's not stood in southpaw, where Dustin's usually kind of there. I don't actually know Dustin's switch stance, but I know Physios is not bad.
There it is! Lilo gets the job done!
He just made a comeback. Oh my goodness. Wow.
That was crazy.
Kill switch. You said kill switch earlier. That was a kill switch, brother. He turned that right out. It ain't ever coming back on.
That was I don't know. He's made me dumbfounded. That was crazy. Lilo just went from 0 to 100 in about 0.1 second. That was incredible. Caliber is such a methodical strike. He was doing so well, and he was grappling really well. He wasn't really in danger at all. And then as soon as Lilo hurt him, he put him out. First attempt.
Bro, well, look, Lilo, after that fight, I don't know where exactly the Xbox division stacks up, whether or not title implications are on the line, but he look, to be straight up, he got his ass beat for about 7.5 minutes of that fight. He said, fuck this, threw everything he had into that combination, and found that killer sequence. I am intrigued to see where he goes from here. It's a simple case that, you know, like a lot of people count themselves out. When you start to fall behind, frustration settles in. People, you know, don't have the presence of mind to battle through that storm. But look at what Lilo did, man. This kid has been around for about 2 years in the league now, almost 2 years. Obviously has seen a lot of people compete, had the opportunity to do so himself. That veteran experience that he is now starting to get, the activity and the training partners that obviously he's been putting in the work with behind the scenes have quite clearly continued to elevate his game. And we say it all the time, Humble. These young kids are the ones you've got to watch out for. Their reaction times, their ability to stay focused is something else. And I think that that's what we saw there. His ability to be durable and to get through all of the adversity that was coming his way.
100%, and he just beat number 3. He's number 5, and he just beat number 3. He's now got a 5-1 in that division, and he's got to have an eye out on the Naz versus Blackout fight, because obviously Naz ranked number 2 on an absolute tear, fighting Blackout number 7. That them two are killing it at the moment, and the winner of that fight is going to be, well, it depends on how the fight goes, I say, essentially, but Lilo could be knocking at a number 1 contender spot, or a fight against Thor. It's very much keeping an eye on that one. But the next fight of this evening, Amazon versus Fuck Gaming. Amazon fighting at the moment from his, I believe it's number 2 spot in the PlayStation division, defending against Fuck Gaming. And it's heavyweight. It's our first heavyweight this fight of this evening, Jada.
Yeah, well, that's a crazy picture to see Daniel Cormier next to Cyril Gahn. That height difference is insane right now.
I ain't gonna go as far as calling him a midget, but he close looking next to Cyril Gahn, man. Cyril Gahn's a big old dude, and considering the way that he moves is it's impressive. You know, just you don't really see guys of that sort of frame being that athletic, being so flight of foot. He walks, he moves kind of like a lighter welterweight or something. I don't know. The footwork is phenomenal.
Yeah. He's like Robert Whittaker at heavyweight. It's weird the way he bounces in and out, springs, takes his shots, and he's forgot to change what he said. King Amazon actually said in the chat, because we were talking about the records earlier on, and he said that he's 10-2 on me, and it doesn't affect me mentally. Famous last words, J-Dime, as he goes into this one, but he's got a chance here to kind of take it from Vuck Gaming and maybe potentially get a title shot as well. This is a big fight for King Amazon right now.
Yeah. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Going into this one, we mentioned, of course, the rankings of them: rank number 2, rank number 7. As a whole, they have been doing really good work up against top level opponents, and they had really polar opposite styles, I feel like, which is represented, I would imagine, in their picks. Vuck Gaming known for his grappling out here, Jay, and of course on the reverse, Amazon known for trying to throw those hands. So I mean, this is not where he wants to be this early in the first round, but rest assured that with this sort of ranking on the line, Amazon's going to be staying in there, minding all of his P's and Q's so that he can get back to what he does best.
But you don't want Daniel Cormier on top of you. No. That's an Olympic level wrestler on top of you, and that's not a little guy. That's a heavy guy, Humble.
Yeah, it's a top guy. He was brilliant in his wrestling career. He was also brilliant in his career for doing stuff like this. He'd get on top of you. He's really good at landing damage, Daniel Cormier. He'd find positions to kind of out-grapple you. And you got to think as well, a lot of Daniel Cormier's success came from Cain Velasquez and Khabib and the Reverends that came and Luke Rockhold as well. All of these guys, champions in AKA, and all been brilliant as well. And Josh Koscheck, there's so many guys he's trained with that have helped him kind of get better.
Oh my man, he may be stuck here, fellas.
Yeah, it's looking not too great for Cyril Gane. He is moving his head, using some of those posts to keep himself in it, but it just a absolutely smothering approach from Vuck Gaming so far. And I mean, like you said, you don't want Daniel Cormier on top of you, but definitely not when he's in the hands of Vuck Gaming here, Humble.
No, he's getting kind of paced a bit here, and he needs to be on the feet. He needs to be doing landing leg kicks and body shots and keeping his distance. The closer they are together, the better it is for Daniel Cormier. He's going to stay chest on chest. He's going to constantly keep his hip on hip, and now he's in a position where he can rain down those short arms. J Diamond Reach puts the pressure on him.
My!
Oh, this is it. No, you got up.
What do y'all think Cyril Gane has to do from here?
Get up.
Myself, I would say survive 45 seconds. Make sure you don't get taken down again, right? But it's I think when it's on the feet, it will be a tale of two halves. It will be something else. He's done a good job of defending himself for the most part, but some of these shots are starting to sneak through Humble, and my God, are they hitting hard. DC does not waste time. When he's throwing ground and pound, he's throwing it heavy, bro. Yeah,
he's really trying to hurt his opponent. He's got 9 seconds left. See what he can do right here. Nice defense there. I say that. He lands a couple of big shots through the defense, and dominant performance so far for Vuck Gaming. Amazon needs to get some confidence in this round. He needs to shrug that round off. It was just a round. He needs to come out here and implement a game plan, J Diamond. He needs to do something to stop the rest of it.
Well, Amazon said, Jesus, I almost fell asleep.
Oh, he's frustrated.
He's saying that he's getting bored to death. That's what he's saying.
I felt like this yesterday. I was frustrated. It cost me the fight, though, Cyrus. Like, speaking from a retrospective, I kind of, I really wish I didn't kind of get frustrated, because obviously when you get frustrated, it affects you, and you potentially lose your opportunity to win the fight and come back.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro, for sure. You can't let that frustration settle in. As Croden said in the chat, it's hard to fall asleep when those punches are keeping you awake every single second, smashing into your face. And look, all jokes aside, he is not being like a lay and pray sort of grappler here, Jay. When he gets the opportunity just like this, the ground and pound comes down thick, it comes down fast, and that Amazon is feeling that. You know that he is feeling demoralized because of it. A good corner here is going to be of an utmost importance to keep his mental right, to get him back to his feet, because look at Vuck, man. He is swarming him.
Man, he's getting bullied. He's getting bullied right now, to be real. Daniel Cormier just grappling him to death. He's not letting him do anything. I don't remember the last time Cyril Gane did anything in this fight.
Yeah, Book Gaming is really playing on Amazon, but Amazon, like I said, he's not out of this fight. He needs to get some confidence. He needs to build some grappling advantage, block some of these transitions or the shots coming through, start to get a bit savvy with it, and essentially not lose his cool, not be too obvious, get back to his feet and win the rest of the round, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And he's doing some good jobs, you know, on certain denials. But it's just situations like that. I feel like he's rushing, really. I feel like he's... Although you want to see a certain amount of urgency, when you've got somebody of Vuck Gaming's caliber, you need to kind of, you know, watch yourself. You can't do things like that with no GA, with stamina deficit, because he is... Even with the stamina deficit, he could have nothing. He's going to pull that every single time, and you're going to end up in side control. Because a good grappler knows that it's there. He's going to hit it out of instinct. So I know, work your way back to the guard, work your way up in those sorts of positions.
It might be it.
Oh my
this
goodness.
is brutal, bro. This is...
Yeah. I'm not complaining about what Vuck is doing.
No, same.
I think he's fighting the perfect fight. I think he's fighting exactly. You're an Olympic wrestler and Daniel Cormier. He's fighting the perfect fight. He's not going to just sit here and kickbox with Cyril Gane.
Exactly.
This is a great game plan.
He's like 5'8", be 6'5", right? The guy is not exactly known for his striking. Why would he come into this in kickbox? Anybody that you know, this is mixed martial arts. This ain't boxing. This ain't K1. This isn't you know, Gloria and the likes. Absolutely pitching a perfect game right now, Vuck Gaming, if you're humble. Amazon not out of this fight yet. Still got stamina. Still got heavyweight power in those hands. Should he be back on the feet? But my God, he's getting all he can handle and some.
That's the first success he's had this fight. This
14
is
seconds. Oh, he's just decided to do a roly-poly. Nice work right there. And Vuck Gaming, very controlling in that round. You know, he needs to needs to just continue what he's doing. Whereas Amazon, that aggression, that frustration, all of the sort of build up in that round needs to be taken out in this round, in the hands and the ground, in the kickboxing. He needs to catch his opponent. He needs to get some confidence. He needs to change the tide of the fight. Do something. At the moment, Vuck Gaming running away with it, Cyrus.
Yeah, he is. Like I said, he's pitching the 100 game. He's not making any mistakes. He may get a perfection if he's able to continue that momentum into this third and final round. As you can see, though, Gane still has all of his stamina. This is where you go balls to the wall, Jay. It's where you let it all out. Obviously, you know, we've been calling for patience throughout the fight, but that didn't work. Now he's got to turn it up. Now he's got to risk it.
He denied a takedown. Let's see. Right now, he needs a knockout. So let's see. Cyril Gane is not a one-punch knockout guy either. So let's see if he could change gears here and change his fight around, humble.
Yeah, whenever I'm fighting Daniel Cormier in the first round, I'm thinking body. Like, you've got to think, I've heard that body, you've got to do something. But in the third round, he's kind of let it go a bit too late, and now he's getting taken down in half guard.
Honestly, I was laughing to myself, not at you a second ago, that humble is, because I looked over at the chat and I saw Amazon in between rounds saying even the fans in the game started booing, and I was just like, that. As funny as that is frustration if I've ever seen it, right? Like that's evidence that frustration is potentially starting to settle in. And I honestly, I understand it, and we've all been there, right? When you've got a guy of this sort of pedigree that's grappling you like this, and you just can't get out of it, it can feel so demoralizing. You know, and almost it can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. With this sort of ground and pound onslaught, he gets it,
and
bro.
he ended it. That's a perfect performance. That is flawless. That's a flawless performance.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Vuck Gaming just tells Amazon, don't worry, I'm going to put you out of your misery right now. Cocks back the shotgun and blows his head off with some ground and pound right there. Beautiful work from Vuck Gaming as he propels himself right back into the title contender picture from beating number 2 in the world. He's going to really put himself up there now. There's a lot of big names up there who are potentially knocking on the door, and he's got to think that enough is for a big sort of matchup in his next fight at least. You know, it's going to put him there. And as for Amazon, you know, it happens. It does happen. I know the frustration with Amazon. He wants to fight. He wants to put on his show. He wants to be back and forth war. Yeah. We've seen them fights early on. He wants to feel that. You know, where we're screaming, we go back and forth. He doesn't want this. I understand that because I'm cut from the same cloth. But you can't take away from the guy who's just absolutely dominated. It was a great performance with a guy that does that for a living. So
yeah, look, honestly, like I said, pitched a perfect game here. It was absolute perfection from Fuck Gaming. Couldn't have asked, if you are his corner, right, and you came in with a grappling heavy sort of routine here tonight, J-Dime, then you are over the moon. I mean, the guy is quite clearly able to stick to a game plan. He is able to take direction, and when he's executing at his finest, then he quite clearly can make anybody's night an absolute misery. That, of course, being that was number 2 that he that he was fighting right there, bro. That was number 2 that he was fighting. He was number 7. It was a step up in competition for him in that sort of respect. It was a step up in the rankings, and he grasped that with both hands. So whether a title shot or contenders match in his future, I don't know. We don't matchmake obviously on the night, but big fights surely ahead for Vuck Gaming. Because I mean he's looking crispy here this evening. It actually sets us, though, up for the last fight of the main card before the co-main and the main event. We actually have sensational fighters up ahead. Rank number 2 be rank number 8, similar sort of ranked matchup as last time there, Humble. It is going to be the one and only Naz, former champion, trying to take out B3's very own Blackout, the man that has records for knockout finishes in the promotion, some of the fastest knockouts in primetime history. He's been obviously very, very active himself. Bang, Naz, all leading up to this. There is some rivalry between these two guys. Bro, this is on some next level. There's a lot going into this one. Not ranking, bragging rights, so much on the table.
There's so much animosity between a lot of this community and Naz. And one thing I constantly think about when I think about Naz is I used to have like a bit of beef with Naz and think, oh, this was big thing, and then I thought about it and thought that's exactly what he wants, and he wants it with everyone. He wants everybody to hate him that's in this community, because the more you hate him, the more you want to see him lose, Cyrus. He is the Floyd Mayweather of the esports community. That's exactly what he is. It's exactly what he does. And the people in the chat at the moment, if you're looking through, you're seeing Trixie and other people in there. It's time for Naz to get killed. They believe in their boy. They believe in this fight. And Blackout at one point was on a 4-fight win streak, 4 knockouts, all in the first round. And we were all praised him to be this big sort of superstar in prime time. And now he's getting the chance to prove us right.
Floyd. That's who we compare him to. We're comparing Naz to Floyd.
He riles people up. He pisses people off.
All right, but Floyd. All right, let's get it. It's about to be a great fight between Sean O'Malley and TJ Dillashaw, fellas.
From Blackout trying to cut off that cage nice and early. He wants to be making Naz feel his pressure as he sets up a couple of calf kicks as well. Naz is a man that is used to being taken into deep waters here, Humble, and staying calm. Utilizing things like that, the cork kick, just to regain the center of the cage is of the utmost importance at these top levels especially.
He does that, and he does a lot of... He lands a knee at the perfect opportunity. It's like he lands this knee right when you're about to break from him, right after a combination's kind of finished, and it just sneaks in there, and he does that 3, 4, 5 times around, and at the end of the round, your stamina compared to him is usually short. So it's something Dillashaw's got to be careful about, and Blackout's got to be careful about. He's got to utilise that movement to get away from that knee, and maybe punish him a few times when he tries to do it.
Well, I tell you one thing right now, from kind of going back to what you were saying earlier, there is a metric ton of support for Blackout here this evening, bro. There is a metric ton of it. I lost results of it, but there was over 10k on Blackout last I checked.
Floyd.
You think it's the Floyd effect? That's what you're saying.
So you don't think they believe that he's going to win? You think they just don't like Naz?
I think exactly. No, they believe he's going to win. I believe the boys in the back think he's going to win. If he can, he's another sort of... Naz is good everywhere. He's a great striker. He takes you out over time. But this is a good way to do it. Blackout's putting him on his back and putting him on pressure. It's just the case of Naz has been champion. He's proved it time and time again. He beat Trixie and Dirty Dave in one tournament. We cannot forget that. And Pabst as well. And there's a lot of negativity with him. But at this point, this guy was the Xbox champion. It's not easy to do that.
No, sure. No. He was the champ for a reason. In prime time, other promotions and the like. He is got all the skills, but I have to say, man, Blackout has continued to impress me, event in, event out, in the way that he has been able to approach the entire mixed martial arts array. We have just seen this man strike and, you know, kind of anti-grapple, if you will, almost like a Chuck Liddell out here, Jay. But as you see tonight, he's willing to go everywhere to take out a foe in, you know, in Naz, who he knows is a dangerous man.
Yeah, and if Blackout were to be Naz, this would be a great feather in his cap, because Naz has been champion before. He has that following, and then he can say, "Oh, I beat him not just in ranked, but I beat him when it matters in prime time." Humble.
There's not a lot of people who can say that as well. You know, Naz does a fantastic job in these fights, and he's really wanting to get that belt back. He's been talking about it before, and he's constantly. I think he's on a 3 or 4 fight win streak after that loss to that he lost his belt. You know, and if we're thinking about it, he's had 2 fights with Trixie now, 1 win, 1 loss.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all to play for in that 3rd fight. That's what he wants. But Blackout, so far in the fight, I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, quite honestly, I think Blackout has actually got the better of that round for sure, in my mind. Just, you know, very, very even on the feet. He mixed in a takedown on the light though, so I think he did just edge it out. But it's too early to say one guy's, you know, ahead or not for me, in my money. The 1 round is very, very hard to, you know, kind of score, especially when you have 2 high-level competitors just like this. You can see that, you know, Blackout has an approach in mind here this evening, though. That pressure, maybe mixed in with the grappling, I think is a perfect blend of techniques for the B3 boys as a whole, you know, because you know that the hands are deadly, but you mix in a couple of takedowns, your opponent doesn't know what to do. That's looking good, though, bro.
He's
landing a lot.
catch him.
Yeah.
There's one point in the fight, Naz just gets, he really dials in these simple combinations. He does a lot of damage in that space that time, and the other shot needs to take him out of that zone at the moment, because Naz is finding it. He's landing those 2-3 shots that are really putting a bit of damage on Blackout. Beautiful!
Oh my God!
Took him out of it.
Like I said this before this started, before we started commentating. This is a sleeper fight. This is a great fight.
God damn, man. Top of the tables for a reason, Humble. This Xbox division is stacked for fucking sure, my man. And these guys, oh my God, the step up, the footwork.
Beautiful work. I just want to, I've seen some combinations I've not seen tonight already from Blackout, and Naz is doing the traditional sort of Sean O'Malley boxing, really trying to work the body, the block, the everything. There we go. He was waiting for it. Oh, it's going to be.
He threw that overhand. That may be the death of him. We don't know. But he should have never did that, because this is a game of momentum. And him throwing that just cost him a lot, Cyrus.
Cost him everything. He's on his back in the 2nd round now. This round likely going in the favor of Naz. Obviously a very close first one. Still time left though, Humble. Not counting him out, you know, yet, but dire position to be in with O'Malley on your back. Great work to get back to the feet though. Timed that perfectly.
Yeah, he screwed his hips there, put his ass in the air, essentially TPs, and good work.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. And he gets the win. Naz in the 2nd round defends his number 2 spot and puts himself on a 4 or 5 strike win streak. Cyrus, impressive performance for him. He's got to be knocking at the door for that title shot, along with a few of the other guys that we've seen tonight and this weekend. But Naz has put himself in prime time position right there to be taking that title shot, and then maybe next week.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've got, of course, the interim championship and championship, which will be united very, very shortly. But yeah, this guy is there or thereabouts, bro. I mean, look at that fucking performance, the ability to weather that early storm. Blackout came out here with a different game plan. The pull on the pull on the pull happened a couple of times during that fight, and Naz just seemed to have that, you know, that one more in him, bro. He just seemed to have that one more in him to get that finish. When he, I mean, do you love violence? I love violence, and I tell you, that was a beautiful display, Jay, of this type of destruction that mixed martial arts can bring. You know, Joe Rogan says it, right? It's high-level problem solving with dire physical consequences. Those dire physical consequences were most certainly felt in that one right there, bro.
Man, that was a great fight, and Blackout was doing good. He was doing really well. He threw that overhead. And now just starting to have some success earlier in the round too, but he threw that overhand, and then everything changed.
Yeah, I think he started throwing certain combinations that he can get a bit too tricky out there. And Naz was really being fundamental with his striking and looking for big counters, big pulls, big obvious movements from Blackout. Blackout at one point threw he threw a fake leg kick into a crane kick, which I haven't seen before, and it flowed really nicely and did some stuff like that. But as soon as he kind of got a bit overconfident, Naz capitalised it, put him out there, and that's why Naz is where he is at the moment. He's a top competitor. No matter what your opinion is of him, he beats guys like this, and the respect is owed. But respect in the next fight is due, as NM Liam is going to be fighting TT Hoo in our co-main event of this evening at featherweight, Cyrus.
Yes, sir. So I'm just getting some words off the back right now. I think these guys may be just getting set up. We will come back to that in just a second, okay? No, okay. NM Liam is out from what I am hearing. It is Dino going to be stepping in. Unfortunate in the same sense, I suppose. We'll have to get some word afterwards on what exactly's gone down there, of course, and we'll go from there. Hopefully everything's okay. But Dino Gaming is stepping in. This is a big opportunity for him, Jay. To step in up against who is number 1 in the promotion right now. Who
is also his teammate too.
Oh, is he from TT? I did not realize Dino was in TT. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So we got Dino Gaming at number 13 at 3-1. Only lost one fight, and that is to the guy who's fighting for the belt fighting for the belt, NBK ImTheGoat. And now he's in the co-main. He finds himself in the co-main event spot against who's number 1 ranked at time. This is a huge opportunity for Dino Gamer.
Great opportunity. Like, he lost last week. Who would have thought after losing his first match, it would lead to him getting an opportunity on short notice in a co-main event?
It's like John Jones and Rashad Evans as well. Like John Jones almost turning on Rashad Evans when they were in Jackson's and getting that opportunity and then be like, yeah, I'll take the fight, Cyrus. Who's got to be slightly annoyed if, these two have played each other a few times if they're campmates. And if you find a campmate on short notice, sometimes they have a few tricks up their sleeve against you.
Do apologize there, guys. I will be back in just a second as I get this set up, but I think that the main thing for us to look at right now, or if you guys could give us one last rundown, I suppose, of this main event here this evening, NM Smudger, NBK ImTheGoat. There's a lot going into this one, man. These guys have been talking a lot of trash. I know that you've been in and about it there, Humble, keeping an eye on the chats and seeing everything that's been said between these guys leading up to this one. Honestly, with the run that Smudger is on, it is phenomenal. You need competitors like ImTheGoat to come out here, challenge the champion, and even take it away from him if he's able to get the job done.
Yeah, exactly that. And we've talked about it numerous times. The guy, Dino Gamer, is now going to be fighting for that come-in, but NBK the GOAT last week, J-Dam, if we remember correctly, he had a fantastic performance. It's the reason he's fighting for a belt. It's the reason he's stepping up to fight Smudger, and it's the reason he's in the position he's in. His performances have spoke for themselves. He's a dominant grappler, great submission defense, and that title fight tonight is going to really test Smudger on a different sort of wavelength, essentially.
At this point, Smudger needs it because I told you, it seems like he done seen every type of style, every type of play style, and he's won.
It's like Usman. He's like Usman, isn't he, J-Time? It's like Usman before he fought Rocky.
Man, we knew Rocky would win, but that's a whole different story for another day.
But you know what I mean by that? The Usman sort of feeling when he was just, he'd beat Corby multiple times, beat Gilbert, he beat Masvidal. Like, he ran through pretty much everyone. Nobody really knocking apart.
Yeah, like who was next? Who was next?
And that's where Smudger is right now, right?
Yeah, he's in an interesting spot. He is. That's a good analogy.
And then you've got the guy knocking on the door, NBK ImTheGoat. He's just confident all week, messaging the mods, messaging the chat, messaging everyone, saying how confident he is. He's not shown any sort of anxiety or, there's been a lot of competition in his veins, essentially, to win this belt. He really wants to do it. And that's what you need. You need that from a challenger. But as I spoke about it earlier on, J-Dam, we've seen that time and time again. Is it going to work tonight against Smudger? He's seen it over and over. He's seen pretty much everything coming at him.
But also, if you're Smudger, do you still have that motivation you had? What is keeping you training? Like, what's the motivation at this point? Because it seems like he done did it all.
exactly that. And you know, it would have been nice to see Liam fight, but obviously it's not going to happen. But the co-main event as well has got massive title implications because of who obviously just fought for a belt. Probably won't get straight back there, but he's still ranked in the number one in the division, even though to that loss, because of the amount of points Smudger has, and because who's got such a high finishing rate, and the division's kind of getting lapped by Smudger at the moment. He's lapping everybody. Jay Dime, he's going to be fighting people in the rematch already so early into the season. We do have a few guys coming through, but it's going to be interesting in the next couple of weeks. And to see who the winner of this one is tonight in the co-main.
Yeah, so if Dino were to win, does that mean he gets the title shot next? Or how does...
I mean, we never rated off that. It's always written who deserves it. But he's going to propel himself in a position maybe for a number one contender spot. Or like we spoke about earlier on, when you beat the number... You know, somebody beat Amazon earlier on, and he's going to propel himself into that area where he could potentially be fighting somebody for a title shot. It's a great position to be in because you just one away. I think either of these guys are one away from potentially another title shot.
Sure.
Man, there's so many great competitors, man. Like, just so many fighters that are like a game or a fight away from getting a title shot.
Oh yes, and Cyrus.
Talking on that, brother, right? We've got, unfortunately, Dino is the man that we are broadcasting from, and he has got a lot of support in Australia, so much so that they like to run a lot of adverts before we're actually able to see his fights.
It's New Zealand, Cyrus.
It's New Zealand, my bad. Well, he's got support in Australia as well, bro. But no, in all seriousness, to go back to that fight, the co-main event, just for the moment. TT Hoo, right? Respect to this guy. He is a guy that will take on absolutely anybody, anytime. The simple fact that he's now willing to switch out the fight against NM Liam to fight against this, opponent Dino Gamer that a lot of people don't want to fight, bro, because he brings problems to the table. It just speaks volumes to him. You know, he had the title shot recently, didn't quite go his way, but the confidence was definitely there. The skills have definitely been there in the past. And you know that with people like this, it's only 1 or 2 fights away from being able to get yourself back into that picture. If he's able to overcome this adversity here this evening, I think that goes and speaks volumes, absolutely volumes, Humble, to what he is as a fighter and what he brings to the table.
Yeah, and he's just had a title fight, but at the same time, like, he's willing to take this fight. I'll tell you a story. 4 people got offered the Dino Gamer fight last week, and not one of them said yes to it. I'm not going to say which guys did that, but 4 people who signed up to be replacements all got offered the fight to fight Dino Gamer, and 4 of them said no, Cyrus. That tells you what balls you've got to have to do so, because he's decided to do it, and end of the day, he's in a great position right now, and potentially it might beat him as well, Cyrus, and keep his number 2 contender spot, potentially maybe fight for a title again. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if he gets this, being number 1 knocks off, right, an up-and-coming threat in Dino Gamer that has been giving everybody problem. Like I said, it puts him in a really, really powerful spot, and I know that he's hungry to get back at that shot, and the same could be said about Dino Gamer, to be perfectly honest with you. I am surprised that he's gone Max Holloway here. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to think that? Isn't he normally grappling?
Yeah, Dino has a style that's really troubling to most people. Dino likes to grapple a lot. So him getting Max, we'll see. Is he going to stand or is he going to grapple with Max, Cyrus?
Oh, bro. Well, I mean, right now, Max is doing a really good job of landing the cleaner of the shots. Conor McGregor's had issues finding the mark out here, Humble, but when he does, it is with blistering accuracy and pinpoint precision.
What I like about what he just did there is that body straight. That body straight, it's a sneaky little shot that you can throw in between your combinations that actually puts you into momentum into another combination, but also can take away the stamina of your opponent during a combination. It's what they call like a combination sort of blocker. You stop people from having full stamina throwing combinations, and it's brilliant work from McGregor so far.
Yeah, it interrupts the rhythm too.
That's the one. Interruption.
Here we go.
Jeez. I feel like Conor McGregor having some subtle issues working, I was going to say his accuracy there. A lot of these shots weren't getting through, but then every time I say it, he finds it, Jay.
Oh.
That's because every time you say something, or me too, they do the opposite every time.
Commentary curse has been... I know Jay Dan just has to say one fighter is winning, and we get a switch up. Beautiful work right there for Dino Gamer. He's starting to press the action, and There we go. He's starting to get some combination. That was a big combination right there, J Dime.
Yeah, it is. But I'm so used to Dino using a grappler and him take him down from that position that we almost underrate his hands.
Maybe it's a mutual agreement as well. Both are teammates, you know. This can make or break some people, and maybe Daniel's got, all right, I'll strike with you. I've got an opportunity here, and kind of sometimes you do that. I think it's a mistake personally. I know teammates and stuff like that, Cyrus, but I'm incredibly competitive, and when it comes to like fighting for a #1 contender shot or a belt, essentially, you've got to.
I mean, that's the hoo-hoo of old, I tell you, bro. Those pull counters, the killer instinct is really where he gets his work done. But Dino Gamer gets one of his own, Jay.
Man, this is going to be a great fight because they know each other so well being on the same team. They done sparred probably hundreds of rounds.
Yeah, there's got to be some confidence from both sides, essentially. They've got to, because you can have days on and off where you're winning the fight, Cyrus, and it's all dependent on whose day it is today.
Right now, I mean, Dino Gamer has been looking fantastic. Hoo definitely having moments. His #1 ranking on the line here this evening. And, you know, obviously back up against the wall, wants to get a big W.
Nice.
Easier said than done, though. He does get the head health blinking right there. These guys so evenly matched at this stage, Humble.
Yeah, they're really doing well. I'm liking the shots that are coming through there from Hoo. Like, the approach... Hoo for me... Sit back on your punches a bit, you know, he's done so well. The mistakes are coming from both fighters when they're throwing a lot of big kicks from distance, J Diamond. You can see opportunities there. It's going to take for one of them to kind of capitalise. But so far, it's been a very back and forth war. Got some rocks on both sides. But Hoo, for me, some of the striking was very, very nice.
Yeah. And I got a question. Do y'all think this is going to go to decision here? With Connor and Max?
I don't... You know, Max doesn't die, generally speaking. He just don't die. But I struggle to see it. It is only a 3-round fight, actually, Jay. So I don't know, bro. It's just these guys are so dynamic.
Oh,
nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
Not the
it
good
may be
again.
over.
Oh, he got the good.
Oh my God, he got him.
It's over.
Why did he listen to you?
It ain't going to decision, bro. It ain't going to decision.
He said, why did he listen?
Oh man,
Well,
that was. So he's jumped. He's put himself right back where he was.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
back
so
where he
basically,
was.
he didn't lose last week. Basically, he didn't lose.
There's no respect coming back either from Hoo.
Yeah, no, who's gonna be mad about that one, bro? He's a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve, I tell you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He takes it very seriously. And he wants to win it. But I believe he said he's Egyptian, and he wants to be the first primetime Egyptian champion. And that's something he wears with a badge of honor, you know. And Dino Gamer beat from New Zealand, you know, he's the same. So these two guys fighting internationally from both sides, put on a great performance tonight, and neither of them could hold the head down. They've got to hold the head up because. Well played to Hoo fighting somebody on short notice when you know they know you inside and out, and you know that there's going to be a different sort of connection that you're going to kind of have to deal with at points of the fight. And he took that with absolute no fear at all.
No, zero, brother. He took it on a moment's notice, and that's what it is. You know, prime time about taking on any threat, any time, being confident in your ability and elevating your skills, and that's exactly what Dino Gamer has been able to do here this evening. I know that I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. I know that Hoo will be back better than ever. This guy has a work ethic unlike others. Really does put the time in. Like you say, takes it seriously, and that often shows out in his results, but not to go his way here this evening. Still, though, props for taking the fight on short notice and, of course, risking that #1 ranking spot as a result. But either way, my guys, it moves us on very quickly to the co-main event of this evening. It is going to be between NM Smudger, 8-0, up against number 3 in the division, the NBK ImTheGoat, brother, the wrestling phenom that has been dominating every single one of his opponents up until this stage. He now has put together such a run that he could not be denied the opportunity to claim that primetime gold. We've spoken about it a lot leading up to this fight. J-Dime, Humble, as you can see, Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vittori. It is time, my guys. It is time.
Yeah, 100%, and we have spoken about it a lot already. We've broke this down 3 or 4 times tonight, and I think the talking's done. It's time to see these boys fight, and it's going to be an absolute slugfest in the middleweight division, Jay. Is GOAT of MMA, NBK GOAT, going to become the new primetime champion, or is Smudger going to reign supreme, nearly getting to that nice little neat 10-0 right there? Something I haven't seen anybody ever do in primetime. That could be a little goal for him, Cyrus, and he's getting to the point where he's about to lap the division. It's GOAT status. It's GOAT status on new champion, J-Dime.
But listen, we'll see.
There's a lot of support in the chat for the NBK boys right now. I'm telling you, they they come out in force, my man. They come out in force, and there's a lot of belief in what I'm the GOAT is able to do. He does not want to touch gloves. Any single step of this way, he wants to say, you are not on my level. Obviously, that still needs to be proven, right? Say, I'm the GOAT, has to be proven, but this is the opportunity to do so. Undefeated champion, defenses to his name.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like Robert Whittaker's going for the grappling early, but isn't able to get it, Humble.
Yeah, there's a lot of anticipation. He's a lot of nerves in the start of this fight so far. Smudger is going to be the more experienced sort of in these situations. He's got a beautiful body shot right there, big one. And you see in the early GOAT of MMA trying to get him towards that fence. J-Dime knows where he wants to keep it, and then that center, and he's got to press the back here. He's got to take this opportunity, J-Dime.
Yeah, because he got him where he want him. He has him against the cage, and that's where you want him. So he has to take advantage right here. You're right.
Nice work, pressing back, beautiful teep to the body, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of pressuring, pressuring the champion. Obviously, there's got to be confidence building to absolutely negate everything that the champ was able to do takedown-wise early on. But craziest of animations, they find themselves back on the feet.
Hey, that wasn't a textbook way to get out of it, but he got out of it.
It's so good I missed it that way. That transition was so nice. I need to see it twice.
You've all seen DBZ, right? Like when they're going so quick, nobody can see what's happening. They just appear for moments.
Yeah, when they're fighting, yeah, of course.
That was the best. He moves to mount, and now is going to try and prove a point. He needs to be careful he doesn't kind of play his opponent's game and then end up getting reversed. But at the moment, I know Smudger's a fantastic grappler. He's got a point to prove.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's looking to prove a point here this evening, but I do think that you're playing into your opponent's game plan. Obviously, GOAT wanted to grapple. He doesn't want to be on form, don't get me wrong, but, he wants to grapple, so... This is good from Smudger, though. This is a very dominant position. Multiple denials stacking up here, Jay.
Listen to me. Smudger's here to prove that he's not just a striker. He's the best ever. He's trying to he's the best mixed martial artist in all realms of primetime, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure. Couple of elbows being rained down. Oh my god. This is not where you want to be if you're the challenger. I will tell you one thing I'm the GOAT said going into this fight, and that's that don't count him out at any stage in this fight. He does have the sort of mentality cut from that different elk where he will go to the deep waters, he will fight through the faces of adversity, and right now he's doing a good job of attacking the stamina in reverse by blocking and getting denials off. So although this round is getting away from him, he's actually keeping things relatively even, due to his ability to get his own denials in these dangerous positions.
Yeah, he's saying that though. It's been Thanksgiving in America recently, and now we're getting GOAT of MMA getting buttered up by Smudger before he tries to put him in the oven. And Smudger's really trying to essentially get a bit of dominance in the round for the later rounds to finish him. And it's been a great round for him. He's on top of him for pretty much most of that fight, or most of that second half of that fight, and on the feet as well was doing well. J-Dime.
Yes, I told you, Smudger is here to prove a point. Yeah, I said he's going to the element of his opponent. He don't want to just fight where he's comfortable at. He want to show he's better than you at what you're best at.
Special talent, Cyrus.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Oh my god.
God.
And you got to remember, this guy generally does his work on the feet. So, I mean, opening up in a big way here, trying to make sure his opponent is tested in every realm of mixed martial arts. GOAT of MMA, not taking a back step, eating one too many shots at the moment, but he will believe in his abilities. He will believe in the, kind of techniques that he has developed leading up until this point. And for my money, he's still very, very much in this fight. Just has to be a little bit more careful of what Smudger's presenting to him on the feet right here. Beautiful counter, though.
Nice work. He's doing well in them big moments, but at the same time, Smudger's movement's brilliant. He throws when he knows he's going to be able to strike, and then mixes up really well. Remember, this is MMA. Smudger's got a character that he can really grapple with, really do some damage on the feet, and he feels confident with as well. He really feels like he's got the best character here, and it's tough for Tori to kind of be behind J-Dime.
Yeah, it is, and he can't let this round go exactly how it went last round, or he's just gonna get dominated for real, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, absolutely, brother, absolutely. The problem is that when you find yourself in these positions, somebody of, Smudger's kind of level, if you will, is gonna make it incredibly difficult to get out. He does go for this submission. I imagine he's probably going to bail on it just to make sure that he doesn't lose position. Like I said, there's levels, bro. There's levels to what you're able to do both on the feet and on the mat, and positional awareness, I feel like, goes a long way. It's maybe a little bit more underrated there, Humble, because he knows he can't go so far in certain submissions. He knows that given certain positions like this, he can rain down holy hell, and worst that happens, his opponent gets back up and is back in his world anyway.
Yeah, sometimes you want to make your opponent think about the submission as well. It's an option that I might go for. So, they've got to watch their stamina. They're a bit more conservative with their sort of denials or transitions, and you can it allows you to posture up and do some damage. And that's exactly what he's doing. But now, Marvin Vettori and Goat of MMA gets his back. He's going to try to get a top mount right now, but it's a difficult position because you don't really have the choke in PT or in most of the esports leagues because of how overpowered it is. And, it is a big opportunity right there, usually when you get someone's back, but not in this case, and that means he's going to have to fight for another position as Whitaker, the champion, gets back on top to try and end the round, Cyrus.
Yeah, beautiful work. Look, like I said, there is levels. He is so well-rounded, so dangerous in all positions. I do want to see if Goat of MMA is able to get back to his feet. If he can just go hell for leather, if he can get like a little rock in. I know that Goat is the type of guy that's going to be trying to actively get that back. There's been a lot of top control from Smudger at the moment. Obviously, Goat wants to engage in grappling, but he wants to be the guy on top. So there are still 3 rounds after this one if we get there. And obviously, those rounds are going to be the most important. They're going to be the most important out here because they've tested each other in a lot of ways already out here, Humble.
Yeah, I can just not see... I haven't seen a position in the fight where Smudger doesn't look too uncomfortable, J-Dime. He doesn't look too bothered. He's in a position of power throughout the fight so far. And I'm looking for Vettori to have a moment to change it up, to try and give himself a shot to win the belt.
Yeah, but I'm not counting Goat out of it. He's not out of it. For him, he has to win this round. This is where the match starts for him. He has to win the last 3, put him out to win this, Cyrus.
Mm-hmm. The confidence to just pull like he does. Great work to work him up against the cage. He is going to try and stop that takedown. You know that Smudger is purely aware of everything coming his way. So defensively sound.
Boss.
I'm almost starting to feel, I don't know if you guys agree, that maybe his best opportunity is on the feet. Like, do you know what I mean? He came out, he wanted to grapple, but Vettori's best chance may actually be on the feet.
And this is what Smudger does. He's got such good defensive attributes when it comes to grappling and takedown defense, and also he's got a bit of everything that when he's got a striker as well, and he's so dominant and prevalent with him that he can kind of force you to play where he's the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god.
Oh my.
This might be the beginning of the end here, Jay.
It's getting close. It's getting close because he's just going to continue to dominate. Even if he don't finish it, he's just going to continue to control this fight, Humble.
Yeah, that's it. And he'll chip away like he did the first round. You know that if you're on the ground with him, he's just going to chip away, wait for a big opportunity, get some ground and pound in. If you get up, you get up. But you've been damaged, you've been hurt. Now he's starting to really unload on him with the combinations on the feet. Needs to be careful still, but beautiful work right now from the champion, Smudger, Cyrus.
Yeah, he is looking dialed in, calculated, lands the upper into the lead hook. My God, about as perfect as a performance as NM Smudger. 9-0, 9-0, J-Dime. Who the fuck can stop this man at this stage? Jesus.
He looks unbeatable. I said this last week. He looks... We need to start finding people. New characters just need to spawn in to fight him.
Do you know,
I don't know, mate.
I said this a long time ago. I think that he's only on PlayStation, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but if there was ever a guy, you know, when champions get their belt, a lot of the time after 1 or 2 defenses, they want to challenge for 2 if possible, right? They want to go across when they've got the other consoles. This is the level you need to get to challenge for both belts in primetime MMA, because you know, you need to separate yourself from the pack, and Smudger is doing that right now. He is setting records. There are still, you know, a good number of people coming in and rising up in the rankings who are interesting potential matchups going forward for him, but the rest of the game needs to catch up to him right now, because he is not making mistakes. He is, you know, he's looked human in spots there, Humble, but he just seems, much like Trixie has over the years, find opportunities to get that finish.
And that's it. It's like as a champion, you don't see him in many situations where he looks like he's beatable. And there's a lot of guys that have got to get their thinking hats on right now. There's a lot of guys who won the other day in the hour, because we had a lot of fighters fight. I think there's Cole, there's so many people, Vote Gaming, a lot of those guys. He's going to start lapping people. Someone's got to fight him for 10-0. I'm telling you something, Cyrus, I'm taking my name out the hat. I'm not fighting him.
I don't blame you, bro. He is an intimidating force to step across from, for absolutely certain. Myself, personally, I cannot wait to see where the rest of his career potentially goes. Want to take this opportunity as the stream comes to a close to say thank you to all the guys and the Primetime staff for continuing to put the work together to make these fantastic events continue go on week in, week out, every Friday, every Saturday. The fans are delighted with the performances put on for us here, and I know that it makes our jobs there, Jay and Humble, a lot easier when you've got sensational fights like we've had the last, forever, bro. Well, what feels like forever, to be honest with you, at this stage. With that being said, for myself at least, everybody at the back, thank you, much love, stay safe. We'll see you next week. Yeah, we are here next week, Friday, Saturday, as per normal.
Oh yeah.